And we're live. Hey, Stefan.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for joining me today.
You are very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. When I saw the town hall, I thought of no one better to go over it with than you. There was a lot of stories in there. We'll go over the notes, but there was one story that would lead to a whole show of its own. But we'll see what happens as we go along. Tarpey, glad you finally made it from your comfort of your home too. James, how are you? John, how are you, buddy? You doing okay? Getting better? Doug Taylor, how are you? AJ, how are you? Thanks for coming in today, AJ. Had a lot of fun playing. Learned a lot. The Dark Clown, what is up, my OP fanatics? Thanks for joining us. Brian, hello. Jalen, what the heck? How are you, buddy? And Ben's there. Look at that. We're getting a turnout.
Man,
because they saw the flying
must
monkey
be that
was
flying
here.
man. They must have, they come for the complaining and the bitterness, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out.
Let's see if we can give it to them.
Did you like that logo I sent you?
Oh, it was great.
Did you
Actually,
steal
I love
yet?
that. No, actually, yes, I have. I did put that on something. Actually, I think
you?
you said that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. Hey, Raven Projects here. Cold or just representing? The room's not too
Oh, no.
cold. Outside, it's very cold.
Oh, it's freezing.
Yeah, it's like 18.
It was 11 when I
11.
walked in.
Holy cow.
And I think they have freeze warning or severe temperature warnings
Whoa.
tonight. It's supposed to get down real cold. So.
Thanks for coming out. Did you replace
Not a big deal. Not
did you
a big
replace
deal.
your car battery?
Nope.
What?
They tested it, said it was good. So it was. It fired right up when I went back out this afternoon. So.
Okay. I'll
Teach me to be digging around in my back seat at 6 in the morning when I get in the car. So
I'll
leave
keep
my
my
light on.
phone handy in case you
Just in
get a
case.
911 message from you.
I can get into the trunk and get the charger, the jump starter out now. So.
Okay. Hey, Howard, how are you? What's Peace Bride Memorial? Howard, why you keep changing your name? John said it's 0 where he is.
I can believe it, man. It's cold everywhere.
Yeah. Doug says, like the Wizard of Oz, OP has the Wicked Witch of the West and flying. Yeah, for sure. John says, I'm getting used to it. Things will be fine by late March. That's good. Bitterness is my favorite flavor, he says. Black coffee and sarcasm.
There you go.
We got you covered on that. And Doug loves the flying monkeys. Dark Cloud. Who was our guest? Andrew, this is Stefan. He's from a store here in town, not too far from us. Well, about 40-minute drive.
Yep.
Called the Flying Monkey. Stefan used to play Overpowered back in the day with the guys down in Cincinnati. Miles and Chris and Mikey.
Actually, it's funny. We've talked a bunch about it. I don't remember playing with those guys all that much. I played a lot with Scott Williamson.
Oh, you're right.
And,
okay, Scott.
And Scott, and I remember bumping into Scott Flint on a regular basis, but the rest of that crew, I didn't. I need to see him again, meet him again, because I'm sure we've crossed paths throughout the years playing down at, I think it was Comic Express that we used to play at in Beachmont area of South Cincinnati. So.
Did you know Mikey back then? Or did you meet him when you started playing up here?
So Mike and I went to the same high school.
Oh.
Like 2 or 3 years apart, I think, and didn't ever bump it. I don't remember bumping into him there. Maybe it might have been farther apart because I knew everybody in high school. But we went to the same high school.
Yeah.
And
had to come to Columbus to meet each other.
And had to come to Columbus to meet each other. So
I got a story about him.
Is he playing again?
No.
Okay.
But I'll tell you off air. It's a story I don't want to repeat on. Hey, Marcel, how are you? The Traveling Goof has joined us. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Interesting town hall. Did you really think it was interesting? Ready for an OP adventure? We got an OP adventure coming for you. We got some notes to go over. James says, checking out the Flying Monkey back in the summer with my family on a vacation. Just passing through. Awesome store. There we go.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So much stuff I wanted to dive into, but didn't have the time. Well, maybe you can go check them out when you're here for the Nats.
I was going to say, next time you're in town, if you're here for Nats, we'll be I'll be here playing as much as I'm allowed to, I hope, and
We got a lot going on.
Should be a fun weekend. But
We're gonna start on Tuesday.
Tuesday. All right.
We got the
good.
Brazilians coming in on Tuesday.
I love it.
And they don't want to stop playing until Friday morning. Of course. Let's see. 2 of them are qualified. I don't know how many's coming up.
Okay.
Marcio might have even got qualified. Did he get qualified? I'm not sure. Up in Canada, he may have been borderline. So all 3 of those guys may be already qualified.
Awesome.
So they can they can have fun all day Friday too.
How cool is it that Overpower today is this international thing that we're,
isn't it?
I mean, it's just absolutely bonkers.
Played in Canada, United States, and Brazil.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild.
Yeah, it's awesome, and they're great guys too. Fun to hang out with.
I've backed Felipe's Kickstarters for several years.
Yeah,
actually.
before me.
But yeah, and I was a very early adopter and have enjoyed every issue of it, and to find out he's in play, and then I played Overpower against him on a stream at OP
awesome?
Cup. It was so cool.
Yeah,
just absolutely wild.
Yep. AJ says Columbus will be minus 15 by 6 a.m.
Yeah, it's supposed to get cold tonight.
Holy cow. All right. Raven Project. John says, welcome, Stefan. We'll go over some of this right now. And I keep forgetting to reply to John because we've been going back and forth on emails on what we're going to do on Friday and Saturday.
Okay, yep.
And after the town hall, during the town hall, Joe said we're going to do, fill and fires all day on Friday. We had originally planned for that to be on Saturday.
Okay.
But Joe
Might as
said
well do some
on
Friday,
the
too.
town hall it's Friday. So John said, Doug, in order to make sure Joe is not a liar, let's do them on Friday and Saturday.
There you go.
Yay, John,
I love it.
you're amazing. John, I sent your whole email to the guys at Overpower, and they loved everything that you put in there. So thank you so much for doing this. I shouldn't announce this right now. I don't know how many people we have in the chat that are coming to plan on playing that weekend. But we got some prizes we're going to give out, and one of them, we're going to give away a Zorro Ultra Rare Foil on Saturday. And that's going to go to guys that are playing all the side events.
That is incredible prize.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even if you start out in the Nats and you drop out because you go 0-2 or whatever and want to run a lot of side events, you would still have a chance to win that Zorro Ultra Rare Foil. Do not send me messages trying to buy it from me. I've already made the announcement. It's going to be a prize. I won't go back on that. So hopefully you guys will sign up for all the side events that John is going to run. He wants to do so much. It's like, John.
And it's a nice one.
You're a one-man show,
near
John.
mint one. It's a near mint one, right? It's not it's not damaged or.
No, it's not damaged.
Okay,
the foil is typical. Some of
Sure.
the ultra rare foils. It's not. It's got little dots, but no bent corners, no creases.
Nothing bad.
No, and it's not one I made myself. And it's not a rainbow ultra rare foil that I printed myself. It is straight out of a pack that we got. John is he wants to do so much, run so many events. Like, you're one man.
Hey.
But we'll do what we can. On Friday, I don't plan on playing any. I'm just going to make sure everyone has a good time. So I'll be able to help John a little bit on Friday.
Nice.
But there's just going to be so much going on. And now they've announced the skirmish. That was announced at the
that's a
town
cool,
hall.
very cool idea. I like that.
Yeah, very much so. And they're giving away some prize money for that. That's in my notes. We'll get to that. I'm jumping ahead of myself.
We've got a lot of notes too. We should
yes,
probably keep going.
All right.
So.
Let me just say, John says, I think at least Diego can play for 72 straight hours. I wouldn't be surprised. Howard wants to know, did you two receive your uncut sheets? No, neither one of us did.
That was the first thing we were going to. You blew it, Howard.
Yeah.
We had a skit plan where we were going to ask each other if we'd got them yet. So.
But Howard, we're going to get 2 prize packs for having to wait. Isn't that awesome?
I've got way more bitterness about the uncut sheet situation. So.
Okay, let's get into
I'm
the
sure
notes.
it's on the list.
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Ricky. How are you? All right, I'm going to pull up the notes. Are you ready? This is pretty much how Joe went. My notes are pretty much how the town hall went in order. As all of you know, they have delayed Invincible until August, and paper shortage and tariffs supposedly.
Tariffs, paper shortage, printing related issues, whether that's something to do with Cartamundi, whether it's availability, whatever it is, right?
So I know they don't like to use the term delayed, but let's call it what it is. It was delayed.
Yes.
We
I
all
would say
thought
so.
we would be having it here very soon. It's not coming till the fall. And of course, Joe even gave a release date. Did you hear that part?
I did.
I just laughed out loud when he said August 15th. Joe, you ought to know by now, don't give out exact dates because so much could happen between now and then. So,
Well, I mean, we're almost to the point where we don't
take those.
We're
dates
not going to hold them to it. We can't. How can we hold them to
Right,
it?
we
Right,
can't.
You know,
Right. But it's just.
If it happens, we'll be sitting here that next Tuesday or that next Monday night talking to everybody, saying how much fun was it opening all these packs and
Right.
having fun doing this,
And-
or otherwise we'll be saying, hey, guess what? Maybe it's next week.
Now, I was fast forwarding through things and rewinding when I needed to get some information, but he said something about no pre-release events. Only going to be a release
He said
event.
no pre-release. We only have a release event, and I hated when he said that. I was really disappointed to hear that. Especially coming, I'm sure it was similar here with you guys this weekend. This was a Magic pre-release weekend.
Yes.
My store was packed. It's one of the times of the year where everybody is in the store. Everybody is having fun. Everybody is jazzed, excited about the product. Way more than, and it's how Magic players have been trained, right?
Right.
They are excited for pre-release way more than they are for release weekends anymore. But I want to get to the point where we're seeing more of those kind of events and that kind of excitement happening
Yes.
in stores, right? And
We had 50 players for One Piece pre-release.
that's awesome.
All right.
Yes.
So, yes, I want pre-release
Yes.
events. I want that week early, just because that's what the players want.
That's exactly right.
And
100%.
I didn't quite understand his the release day event. Are they planning on having something big in a certain location? Just one for the whole country? Or are they going to make them available to all the stores?
That's
to me,
the question.
that was kind of unclear.
Yes, very unclear. Yeah.
And I wasn't listening to it live, so I couldn't
Yeah.
just sign in. And
There wasn't any. He didn't mention any real details.
Okay.
It was very much one of those like, hey, we know we want to do big events around releases, whether that's at a convention or part of the regionals or anything like that. But it needs to be in store. It needs to be at the store level. We need to be having stuff like that.
Right.
So like here in Columbus, you and I should be able to coordinate a weekend where we're having a big event here downtown Saturday, a big event at the Flying Monkey on Sunday,
Right.
and
We could,
every
for
player's hitting every location,
Right.
and is having a good time, and
Yep.
and the excitement for the set is through the roof, right?
Right.
So that's what we really.
the Traveling Goof says, heck, I'd be happy for a release event for Overpower.
Yeah.
Just because we're having a release, right?
Yep. Yes.
Well, at least no pre-release is something less to go wrong.
True.
Yes, that is
It
true.
and it is another. And again, they're still working through timelines and things like that. I mean, it feels like once you get a rhythm, once they get into a release rhythm, maybe that'll help kind of fix some of those types of things.
Right.
So
And John says, Laurel on pre-release weekend, 47K, all events fully sold out, almost all products sold. I'm big on
yeah,
pre-releases.
it's
Hi, Ricky. Ricky says, just call the release date August 22nd. Then it will be
Then
a
it will be.
pre-release. Yeah. Okay. So, half of us didn't get our uncut sheets.
it sounded like there was some percentage of us did not get our
right,
income
maybe not
sheets.
half of us. There are
The
a lot
only
of
people that I know that got them, the only people that I know that got the high level was Larry, right?
Yes.
So he was the only person who was one of the 12 or 15 at the highest.
There were 13 sold at that level. Did you buy two?
I
at that
bought
level?
2 of those.
And I think Larry
so,
did also.
yeah.
So we're talking about 11 people, and it looks like one
And
of
we're
them.
aware of one that actually got the sheets,
Yeah.
right?
Now, obviously, we don't know who all those 11 are.
Right. And it could be that 2 or 3 of them did and
Right.
just kept
They're
them or
not on
didn't sell
social
them
media.
and have not been
I can't even get
broadcasting
Larry
it,
to
so.
tell me how many of the ultra rare foil sheet he got.
Yeah, well,
I know he's got at least 3,
yeah,
because he sold
he
2.
sold 2.
and he's got 1 on his website now.
Yeah, so.
I'm curious to see how much different our sheets are going to be than his. If there is a difference, is it going to matter in the price that we're going to be able to sell them for? He's got one up now for $850, I believe.
I think it's about right, yeah.
So he sold 2 of them for a lot of money,
Yeah.
and he's got another one up there now. And if any of you guys are thinking about it, I don't think that's a bad price whenever he's got it up at $950 or $850 or $900. I don't think that's out of the ballpark.
No, I don't think it's crazy either. If you look at uncut sheets for other products, I don't think it's anywhere. No, I think those are very, very reasonable prices for what level of collectible that is going to be, right?
Right.
So,
Well, if everyone at that level gets 5 of them, which is, I'm going by what Ron may have said at one point. I think he said we're getting 5 at that level, but I could be wrong.
yeah.
But that's still 13 times 5, 65 sheets, plus whatever they printed for themselves to give away
To
for
give away.
events.
So if it's a 1 of 100 type situation,
Right.
that's
And you guys all know that you guys go crazy over these hard to get ultra rare foil cards, that there's probably twice as many of them as there is the uncut sheet. So a $900 uncut sheet seems to be a little bit low to me.
yeah. Agreed.
But it just comes down to, do the people that collected all the cards actually want the uncut sheet because it's so hard to store? You got to frame it and hang it up,
Yeah,
or
you
frame
gotta
it
have a
and put
way
it
to
away.
display it,
but
or
yeah.
and there are probably there's only a certain level of collector who is collecting at that level, right?
Yes.
It's not
And-
your just typical player
But I
that's
think
buying a
there's-
box or 2 a set that's going to really be interested.
But
in
is
that
there
type
more
of
than
thing, so.
65 of them? Probably not.
That's a good.
now.
Well, it'll be interesting to know, like how many we actually get and things like. But well, so I am very disappointed, 120% in this whole thought process and the whole distribution of these uncut sheets.
Yes.
I mean, so it's an absolute just. I understand that I signed up for a Kickstarter, and when I do that, I check a box that says I am guaranteed nothing for this money that I am putting into it. Right? That's part of. I've been doing Kickstarters for a long time.
Right.
And you get a lot of great people in Kickstarter that do great things, like Felipe's. The redhead is one of the great things that I have had come into my life because of the of Kickstarter. But
Yep.
I was kind of joking with you about it. We're really not getting uncut sheets. We are getting expensive posters.
Yes.
Is kind of what I kind of likened it to.
Right.
So because in my experience and some of the collecting that I've done, I own a couple of uncut sheets for some things, and my expectation is that we were getting production sheets that came off that were. Somebody from LRG is standing. I imagine Joe with a hard hat and some goggles on, standing next to the printers, ripping a couple of sheets off, ripping 2 at a time out of every 500, and kind of setting those aside and saying, okay, these are going to be the production sheets that are going out to our folks who backed this Kickstarter. And
Right. Not a run of
exactly.
chop it and pack it.
Correct.
Chop it and pack it.
Yes.
Yeah, it is kind of strange how they did it. I'm more disappointed in how it's been fulfilled. Or not been
110%.
fulfilled.
Yes, that's also.
How do some people get them and the rest are just waiting? They don't even get a notice that, hey, sorry you didn't get your sheets. We had a problem. There were some damages. They're coming. We're just patient. I mean, but that kind of is the Kickstarter thing. They're not the only ones to do this.
Yep.
So I don't get too upset about it.
But on the other hand, especially there are 10 of us or 11 of us.
Well, this is true.
Pick up the phone.
That's right.
Why has somebody not called me and said, hey, this
Thanks
is what's
for backing
going on?
us. We're sorry about your uncut sheet. That's a great point. I never thought
Like
about that.
there's 10 people who were
Yeah.
40, 50%
Yeah.
of the entire Kickstarter, right? I mean, and half of those, some number of those have not been made whole.
Right. And
How
even
hard
if,
is it to pick up the phone
Right.
and just
Even
say,
if it
hey,
is 10 of them,
here's what's happening
right.
with it, right?
That's
It's
20
not, and
minutes
it's,
out of your life.
like, I talked to Joe. I have Joe's cell phone number in my phone.
Yeah.
I've texted with him back and forth. You text back and forth with them all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, even if the message is, we don't know,
Right.
which it might still be, you
Yeah.
never know. But even if that's the message, then why hasn't it been sent, right? Pick up the
Right.
phone and call us,
Right.
So,
I mean, that we made quite an investment into this
100%.
Kickstarter.
100%.
And that's a great point. Calling 10 people should not be something out of the ordinary for them. And Howard says he couldn't agree more with you, Stefan. And AJ says, I agree 120%. Hey, AJ. And James says 100% with you. And they are more posters than sheets.
Yeah.
Howard says, I've been waiting since last summer for my ultra rare sheet.
Yep.
Now, Howard collects uncut sheets.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I've
So
heard his
he's
collection
more
is-
excited for the uncut sheet than he is the cards themselves.
Yep.
And he's still waiting longer than any of us. The Goose says, LRG has prided themselves on being very communicative, but hanging out in message boards is not the same thing as being communicative. Hey, Goof, that's a good point.
I agree. I agree with that as well. Yeah.
Yep. And he says they have not communicated any large notices. Even the Skybound release was only released in that magazine online that had to wait a month until the town hall for an official release.
Yeah.
That really, really blew me away. There was no official press release from them about the announcement of Invincible. They put it on icv2.com
Yep.
and just waited for us to discover it there.
I mean, and more importantly, not that they didn't put out a press release, but that Skybound
Yes.
didn't put out a press release.
Right.
That's the
Right.
that's the thing that we really need to see. And if they really want the success of what we're hoping this product is going to be, we need to see that participation
Right, for sure.
coming from them, right?
Right, and it makes me wonder how enthusiastic they are about it.
From what I see, it seems to me like, and again, this is no insider information. I carry a lot of products in our store that are licensed by Skybound. I have board games, I have card games, I have all kinds of stuff that has Invincible on it, and all these other characters. They seem hands off. They seem to say, "Hey, you can put Invincible on anything you want, and if it sells, you can do it. Go for it, as long as it looks right." They do check and make sure it looks good.
Right.
But as long as it looks right, they'll put it on anything. So,
Yeah.
like to put Negan on a beer glass is that's a step, right? That
Yeah.
is a different level of marketing and merchandising when you are going to put something onto a purely adult market and advertise something in that way. So
Yeah.
they're willing to do that. They're willing to put it on pretty much anything.
Anything.
Right? So
Yes, for sure. And Lunar just solicited the Invincible game for PlayStation
Yes.
5.
Yep.
And of course, there's no announcement from Skybound about that.
Yep.
It's kind of cool, some of the goodies that you get packaged in there. Reprint of Invincible #1
Yep.
with an all-new cover. Actually, 2 all-new covers.
Two, yeah.
They're 2 different comic covers in the kit. So somebody put in an order on my account today for at least one of
A set of
each.
it, yeah.
I don't know what she would. I mean, I don't know who did that, Jessica. But yeah, but ERB didn't really seem to get behind the game a whole lot either. They didn't make any announcements. Even when I talked to them guys in person, they say, "Hey, Doug, let's do a live stream. You can teach us how to play." It's like, "Sure, I'll do that," and then never hear
Didn't
back
hear
from them.
from 'em again, yeah.
So I don't know that it's out of the ordinary, but it would be nice.
like I would expect to see that April, if we're looking at an August release, I want April, every issue, every book that comes out of Skybound, all the Transformers, all the G.I. Joes, I want there to be a one-page Overpower ad in there
That would be
for
yes.
Invincible Overpower. If that doesn't happen, that is the biggest missed opportunity in the history of
Yeah.
Overpower.
For sure.
So
Yeah, and did you know today they put out an alternate art card
I saw that.
on
Yep.
Facebook?
Yep.
We're 7 months away from the release. Not that I think it's too early to start promoting.
No,
But
no.
But it makes, if you're doing it 7 months early now, does that mean 7 months ago you knew it wasn't going to release in February, so you didn't run any
That's,
7
yeah,
month
why
early
weren't
ads?
you doing it then? Yep.
Yeah,
100%.
because we should have saw that 7 months ago because we thought we were going to have it in March.
Yeah.
Or did somebody really not believe the March timeline? I'm kind of wondering about that now. And Jessica brought that to my attention. Why are they doing this 7 months early? And she goes, well, maybe. And it's like,
Doesn't take Sherlock Holmes to piece this one together,
Yeah.
my friend.
Yeah, and it just, the marketing to me is not where it should be.
No, agreed.
And one of the questions I put on the Facebook list of questions was about who their target audience is and how they're marketing to them, which they skipped over.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they thought their town hall was only going to players and that no businesses
Oh,
were
very
going to
much.
tune in
Yeah, very much.
and want to know answers to business questions, which we really do want to know answers to the business questions as
Yeah.
businessmen, you and I. Yes, we still play the game, but we are businessmen who are supporting your game, and we want to know what you're doing to help us support your game.
Right.
And they just kind of glossed over those questions.
Yeah.
Pierre, the Traveling Goof, he had some marketing questions in there too, and they didn't answer any of his. And not everybody in the town hall or who watched the town hall afterwards was a player.
Right.
And
And I-
you didn't do the businesses any good by giving them any information that they really wanted. Because somebody told me they went into a store that carried Overpower. They went up to the counter and asked for the Overpower cards when the girl didn't know what they were talking about. Because somebody had ordered it and put it on the shelf but didn't tell her.
Yeah.
So there's a store that had it, and they're not marketing it to anybody. They're not even telling their own employees that they have it. So that was the biggest negative takeaway I took from the city hall, or the town hall, town hall, was that they didn't talk to businesses.
Yeah.
And it's the businesses that you want to carry the game. Obviously, you haven't really grown the player base a whole lot in this last year that ERB's been out. We're still hoping to get 100, 110 players for the Nats. My bare minimum is like, we got to hit 80. We got to hit 80. But I think we can. But man, we're giving away $12,500 to first place,
Well,
and we can't get 200 players.
The real question is, we're looking at that 80 to 100 people. I would wager that 95+% of those people that are going to play in that national owned original Overpower cards in the
Absolutely.
2000s, right?
Yep.
So we have done a good job. They've done a good job, and the grassroots group has been really good in getting the people who have supported and kept playing Overpower
Yep.
to keep playing Overpower and to buy a
they
lot
got
of
the
product.
nostalgia factor
Yes,
working.
that went very well. But
yes.
one thing that was mentioned was they talked about conventions that they're going to do next year. I think somebody maybe have asked a question or something like that, but
Yep.
it's January, and they talked about Origins, they talked about
PAX.
a couple other things. The one thing they didn't mention, which I'm interested to see if they're there or not, is Gamma, which Gamma is trade show directly for retailers end of February, early March. 2 months from now.
I
month
believe
and a
they're
half from
going to
now.
be
So-
down there.
And they were
But-
there last year. Did not have a booth. Were not set up.
Oh, really?
Like
They're
I had
just
dinner with
walking
them.
around?
I had dinner. Yeah, I had dinner with them, and we talked. I got to see a bunch of Invincible stuff before I was
probably
probably
knew that,
supposed
just
to because I
forgot.
was hanging out with Joe. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
they
Joe
were
don't
there
keep
doing some
secrets.
meetings with, because Gamma has become a much like 10 of the booths or 12 of the booths at Gamma were owned or were covered by Chinese board game publishing houses
Oh, wow.
that were actually in the booths. Like, you would go up to them and be like, well, what game are you selling? And they're like, hey, they didn't want to talk to you because they weren't real confident necessarily in their English as a second language, but they would then say, no, we're a
printer for
printer.
you.
Yeah, we're Panda. We are, which is the most common one that I'm aware of. But there were 12 or 15 of those companies now, which tells you the scope of
Board
what Kickstarter has done and what
Yeah.
board games are at these days. So.
And they somehow got the Gamma email list.
Oh yeah, which you
and
can
I
just
get-
buy. Oh, you
yeah.
can just buy it. Yeah.
Gamma doesn't sell it. Gamma says they don't sell it.
Oh, they sell it.
Really? Because I
Yeah.
took them for their word when they said they didn't sell
No,
it.
you could buy it. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it before.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, they've sold it then.
Yeah, it's
and
been
I get
sold.
all kind of inquiries from China.
Yeah.
They're wanting to print my game
Yep.
that I don't have. But so I can definitely see that. Joe said this one about fell off the chair when he told me. He said, we're trying to get into Gen Con. It's like, wait a minute, what do you mean
Yeah.
trying? At this point, you either are or you're not.
Yeah. No,
There's
they
there's
won't be
trying.
a Gen. I don't think they'll be a
I-
Gen
I
Con
don't
this
think
year.
so.
And I think that is a tough nut to crack. I mean, if you're good, I think it's you got to spend money. I'm sure it's a lot of money to them to get in there. So
Yes.
I get it.
But if you can't, reach out to somebody. I know somebody that might be willing to sell the booth, but I never mentioned it to them
Yep.
because they told me they were going to be there.
Yep.
Just all kind of reach out, ask people. Do you know anybody who's got a booth at Gamma who maybe can't go or is willing to split a booth?
Yeah. And there's also there's also I think there's plenty of people who run events that don't have a booth.
Right.
So
They're just
at the
running
very
games, demo.
least,
Yeah.
they should be able to say right now we are going to host events at, and I don't think they charge. Like I think anybody can go run an event.
I've never looked
at-
into that.
Yeah,
But
like, I know at Origins, like
Right.
they are happy. They will find room to put
Yep.
you somewhere if you
Yeah,
want
they
to run
will
an
give
event.
you the space, come and play.
Gen Con may be different. It's packed. It's huge. It
But
may be at a capacity, but
Well, they get to capacity, but I know 2 months before Gen Con last year, they were still accepting
yeah,
demo games.
I think so because, I mean, they have the floor of the football stadium. Where
crazy.
It's the coolest thing ever. You get to your events are on the floor of the football. You are on the field. They put this plastic thing on top of the field.
Yeah.
So you were standing there in the stadium where the football players play, playing Magic, playing
awesome.
whatever game it is. And
Yeah.
I guarantee that the Hero Clicks has been out there before. It's not the most desirable location.
Sure.
But if they wanted to run an Overpower tournament, they would find a place to put them out on that and some tables out there.
Yeah.
So.
And there's a lot of comments. You guys are blowing up. Thank you so much. But AJ says, you have to add to the fire. Don't put a log on it. See if it sustains. AJ says, preach. John says, I'm old and don't hang out on Discord, which leads me to miss most of their advertising. I don't know. Do they even advertise on Discord? I want Mark and Eve playing a game of Overpower in a scene on the Amazon series. That would be awesome.
Oh, that's such a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh, how great an idea is that?
And the Goof said they were going to try and do weekly character spotlights. None of their marketing goals have been met. I hope they hire someone. Yeah, there's something coming on that, Goof. I'm not privy to say, but Howard says stores still don't have a poster to hang up in their windows.
No.
Our local store has given up. You know, that is bad. They said they wanted to decorate our room for the Nats.
Oh, that would
And I
have been
said,
very
that's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
I said, here's an email for Fast Signs that we
Yeah.
work with around
Yeah.
here. If you want to have something printed up and delivered to the store, just use them. Never heard back from them.
Oh.
There's some things that I'm going to do, but they're just small things where they could do the big things. For the
How
Nats.
cool would it be to have some window clings, like some
Right.
full-size invincible window coverings in here? How cool would that
Yes,
be?
it would be amazing.
That would be so cool.
And at the end of the Saturday, we can give them away to somebody
Yeah,
or raffle them
exactly,
off or
yeah.
whatever. There's just so much. Or they could take them and use it. I don't know if they can use them somewhere else because no one else has all these beautiful windows in their game room like
No,
we have.
it's pretty unique,
yeah.
this space for sure.
But, you know, it's kind
But
of frustrating.
have they don't have an organized play manager as an employee yet, right?
James.
Okay, so that is, well, he's not is he a full-time employee?
No, not full
Okay,
time.
so-
but he is head over the organized play.
So, I mean, that's I think that is something that I think pretty much every card game
You have
that
to
has
have.
a successful organized play program in stores, they have a person, at least one person.
Yeah.
I mean, Wizards of the Coast with Magic, it is 40 or 50 people. They have a huge
They have
amount
staff,
of people.
yes,
They have
for
staff,
sure.
right? And those people do all kinds of things throughout the year go to conventions. You can call them, and they can just complain at them, and then they just laugh at you and tell you sorry. But
I'll forward this to my boss. Not wink, wink.
They do lots of forwarding of emails. You're exactly right. But they are spending that money and have that in kind of place, right? So.
And I'll tell you right now, I think James is doing a really good job. Every time I reach out to him, he replies back.
Yeah.
And I told him, I hate to reach out to you on your personal Facebook page. And
right,
he said,
exactly.
no, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. So that's what I do. I don't email him very often. But he's doing great. But still, they really do need somebody full-time.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a full. And that's the person who should be, that should be with the marketing. Like when they send you prize packs, when I get prize packs, it should have a poster for the next set in it. You're already sending me a package,
right?
And if it should have a poster for your next set, that should be an automatic thing.
Yeah.
If you are sending out, it's not hard. Every store gets ICB2 magazine. We get a copy. Stick a poster in there.
There's
put a
tons
of
promo
ways
card
to
in
do
there.
They have, yes, exactly. Yes.
And that was great.
Yeah,
it was great.
Put a
I don't
poster
know
in
if
there,
any store
so.
picked up the game from that promo card, but it was a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And announced Invincible was coming sometime in the future, and any store that got that is still waiting to see that future. But it put Invincible in front of stores, the eyes of the store manager or the store owner, which is huge. The Goof says, my LGS has 2. They don't want to carry it anymore, so they've given up 2. That's terrible. They'll order it for me, but not carry it for the general sale.
Interesting.
And last week, while I was on the stream, I was in the underground bunker last week because I was showing off my rainbows. But somebody asked, and I looked on ACD, and they had like 21 boxes. And I think GTS had 28 or 30. And I looked today, ACD is down to 13 boxes. But then I also opened it up and saw that, they've got it at more than one warehouse at ACD.
Oh, sure. That makes sense.
Yeah, ACD has a lot of it in stock, over 50 boxes at this point. I was going to buy out the one warehouse when I thought that was all that was left. And then I opened up 2 other warehouses. It just says 25 plus.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm not going to buy out that inventory.
Yeah.
But GTS has, I think it was fewer than 30 in all their warehouses.
Interesting.
And their inventories are seldom correct at GTS. They actually have less than what's on that website.
Yeah.
So it's looking good, but if the distributors aren't carrying it, it's going to be hard to get new stores to carry
100%.
And especially when they feel kind of ignored.
And I love the energy that they put into their presence at conventions has been awesome.
Yeah.
Their booth is great. I think the demo that they run, this is not, so that's a big part of it. This is not an easy game to demo to somebody and get them to see the benefit of why you want to play it.
Yeah.
Just playing one little demo, you're going to walk away from it, I feel like, saying to yourself, man, that's much too complicated. I'm a hard pass on this. But if you sit down and you show an existing player of any other card game 3 or 4 games of this, by the 5th game,
they're hooked.
They're hooked. I mean, they're like, hey, this is different. This is challenging. There's way more, the decision tree just explodes in this game, where all of these other games are limited to whether I draw mana or not, right? Yeah. I wonder what they feel like, LRG, what feels like the success level of their demos at these conventions have been. How many players have we really picked up from
Comic-Cons?
From Comic-Cons. I have yet to have somebody walk into my store and say, I demoed this at Origins.
Yeah.
Can I buy some?
Right.
So that is not, I've not seen that be the case yet.
Right.
So.
And I believe they hinted or said that they're probably going to cut back from the Comic-Cons that they attend.
Which is
and
probably makes sense.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Focus on the
Stick
events.
to the gaming cons.
John says Gamma, the Wednesday of Gen Con, ACD Game Day, and Alliance Open House should all be attended.
100%.
And I don't go to those open houses. You go to all those, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah. And you get a lot of stuff thrown at you.
Yes.
And it would be great to see them there. And Ben says a lot of hotels have open play areas too during Gen Con.
If you can't run an event, just there's 15 stores in Indianapolis. I mean, it's the home of Gen Con. Do you think there's not gamers that live there that
Right.
play? I mean, I know 15 stores there that I've walked into that would
Yep.
that you could run a shuttle from the convention center over to this store for part of the day, and
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons of options there. There's no reason why people should be playing Overpower at Gen Con
Right.
this year, and if that's me running an event, that may be me running an event. Who knows? But there should be people
Somebody
backed by
should be
LRG running events
Right.
at Gen Con this year. It would be really disappointing for them not to do that.
Yeah. The Goose says it's crazy that they didn't run any events at these cons, only the PAX regional. I feel like it's a missed opportunity to build in a community.
Yeah.
And John says he wants a window cling with art in the official Overpower headquarters.
100%.
Official Overpower
I love it.
headquarters.
Yep.
I like that. Hey, Joey, how are you? He says the physical advertising leaves a lot to be desired, sadly. James says, how about a giant Walking Dead window cling using their logo? I'd so want to win that and put it on my sliding glass door.
Yeah.
James, I don't know that you saw the Windows room when you were here. I can't remember. But if they put a window cling on these windows, it's going to be too big for your sliding glass door.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. James is very responsive, says John. Yeah, he does great. That promo from ICB2 did help me convince my store to buy a few boxes. Sadly, someone bought one, and I've been slowly buying out the rest. Good. Hey, Felipe!
There he is.
You're in!
We
How are you, buddy?
we already gave you your praises, buddy. You're too late.
Yeah, you got to get on at the beginning. It's good to see you. We was talking about you guys coming up to Tuesday of the Nats. We're going to spend a whole week together, right? John says, ACD went pretty big after LRG did demos at their game day. Yeah, it looks like it from what I saw in the inventory today. James says they were just signing off, Felipe. AJ says, Doug, Stefan, you're doing great breaking it down. Well, thank you, AJ. Do you guys think Skirmish would be better to demo the game with? Asked James.
It's an undemoable. I've done, before I opened my shop, I'll just even more background. I volunteered for. I grew up in southern Ohio on a tobacco farm. Didn't have a lot of money as a kid, so one of the ways that I financed my hobbies was I volunteered to do demos at conventions. I've worked with 7 or 8 different companies at one point or other, and so that's been a thing. And I've demoed a lot. I've been a demo monkey at Gen Con. I've been a demo monkey at Origins throughout the years and done that work. And it's an impossible game to show what's great about it in a demo.
Yeah.
It just doesn't lend itself to that. You have to sell it. I think the IP has to. We need the IP to sell it initially, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so excited about Invincible. That's why I've been excited about Invincible since we find out that was a thing, because that's really a huge IP that will push it
Massive.
until.
And it's our, whether they realize it or not, it is our target audience.
Yes, 100%, 110%.
Yes, it's the kids we want
Yes,
to come in
100%.
and play games.
Yes.
And it's why I'm disappointed where they're going after that.
Yeah.
Going back to Top Cow and trying to get the nostalgia feeling again from when they grew up. And I totally understand it. But after you do Invincible, you want to keep building that young audience. And not going back to the 40, 50-year-olds.
I mean, at least Top Cow's doing comics. I mean,
Well, that's true.
they weren't doing comics until about 6 months ago or 9 months ago, right? We didn't
Yep.
even have a Witchblade comic or a Darkness comic in the store, but
Yeah.
at least they are. At least it is a property that is on the wall right now.
Yeah,
so.
barely, but it is there.
But it is there. So.
Carpe says skirmish versus normal venture isn't really relevant for the demo.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I know when I demoed it wasn't a full game. John says my store has one player who saw it at New York Comic Con.
Oh, that's amazing.
Good.
That's amazing. I would so be interested to see what they feel like the hit rate is with that, because like I said, they are so enthusiastic when they do their demos. They're great. I mean, Dave is great, and Joe is great, and the other, and Ron, I think,
Ron and Sean.
They're great. They do a great job talking about the game, and they're passionate about it, and the cards look so amazing. but you can't get the meat and bones of the game
Right.
in a 10-minute thing, right? So all of those other things you have to hope are selling the game to it,
Yeah,
and,
once
and
you
they do a
sit-
great job.
If
so.
you can sit down and play 3 or 4 games,
Yes,
like you said, with
100%.
someone, you'll get them hooked
Yes.
for sure.
Yep.
Felipe says, from our experience teaching new players in Brazil, skirmish proved a lot more accessible. Oh, and then he says, oh, I will listen to the whole thing tomorrow at my lunch break. Oh, that's talking about how we talked about him early. And yes, we are spending a whole week in the negative temperatures.
I'm hoping you guys will bring the good weather with you.
Yeah, bring up some heat.
Yeah, bring it with you.
John says, the official overpower home base. I like it. And John says, you start with a board setup and media and start with setup. Oh, crap, it just jumped on me. Sorry, John. Play one hand, showcase the IQ. Carpe says, I'm not sure I fully agree with the game being undemoable. The demo was definitely what sold me at the public domain. IP wasn't, but it's not an easy demo. Joey says, boxes for 109 free shipping on eBay. Trying to be good, but hard to resist. 109 with free shipping?
I saw it's one. I saw that it's one of the big boxy type, like
Big game
I
store?
was
An LGS?
Yeah. Well, I think they're an LGS, but I think it was one of the emails I might have typed up angrily and said, why is this even? You can't be letting people sell these boxes for this.
Well, they got to be trying to cut their losses and just get
Somebody
back what they
ordered a
can.
bunch. Yeah, somebody ordered a bunch and has blown it out. Yes, which is not the look that you want right now.
Right.
So, yeah.
The Goose says, you have to hope that people like the artwork and are interested in a non-mana curve game. Yes, the hook
Yes.
doesn't really come in until more games are played.
Yep.
James says, Invincible had a trading card set earlier this year. How were sales for that at your shops?
I don't do a lot of the non-sports, but I don't know. Did you get that?
We did. And we sold the boxes very well.
Yeah.
But not enough that we tried to reorder.
Gotcha.
We were glad when we finally sold the last one. And then I think Jessica opened a couple. But it was good.
And I know with the timing with that product was not around a release of the show either, though. I don't think, if I remember correctly,
Right.
It was kind of in the middle. And there's not current Invincible comics.
Yeah, nothing.
Like, well, I mean,
Well,
I
we
guess
got
we're doing
Battle
Battle
Beast.
Beast, right?
Battle Beast,
there is
yeah.
not an Invincible month-to-month comic right now. So the Amazon series is kind of the peak of when interest kind of pops right now, right?
Yeah.
So timing, that's when we want to have this product in the store so that when people are coming in and we are selling out of hardcover and
Right. Can't
omnibuses
keep-
and compendiums,
Yeah.
we're able to push those people to say, hey, look,
Yeah.
great trading card game that's been around for 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
The bones are here. Come play with us and
Yeah.
play with your favorite characters.
Yeah.
So.
And even the large dollar amounts that they're giving away at the regionals really hasn't brought the players in that I thought it was going to.
Me either.
And
Some, but not all of
some,
them.
but
yeah.
not near what I was expecting. And Felipe says, don't forget about audience building online. Physical advertising is absolutely important, sure, but crowdfunding and social media has a reach that physical doesn't for the same price point.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, and that's further down in our notes, but we might as well skip to that. The Kickstarter that Felipe is doing with them for the Few and Cursed
Yes.
looks amazing.
Very exciting.
I like
Very
the
cool
idea
idea.
of it. I think it's going to be another huge hit, for both Felipe and Overpowered, the Few and Cursed. It's going to sell a lot, and even Felipe's backers and comic book backers are going to buy it.
Yep.
Because
100%.
it's his Few and Cursed.
I'm starting to wonder if it may have been a miss not to kickstart the
Invincible.
Invincible set.
100% agree with you.
It may have been a
100%
missed
agree.
decision not to just keep kickstarting these things set by set until
I don't have a problem with
I
Kickstarter.
I don't
card
either.
sets.
I mean, I don't really either. If it's something that I want, that I'm interested in participating in, I don't mind it.
Right.
Now you could do it in a way for retailers. Actually, it was very fairly done to retailers. You could do it in ways that benefit retailers and are even more fair.
Yeah.
Like you could not charge me until the day you ship it, but I mean, I didn't pay for it immediately when the Kickstarter ended. We waited many months before we actually had to send that final check, right?
Yeah.
So it was not burdensome to participate. So
Yeah, I would have no problem with another
even without the
Kickstarter.
promise of invisible uncut sheets that don't exist and aren't sheets
Well,
of cards.
and you know what? If they did another Kickstarter with Invincible, maybe then we get all those foil stacks that they say we're not going to get now. Which,
Maybe they'll be even better at the fulfillment than they did the first time. Right?
oh my gosh,
So,
I would so love to open Invincible foil stacks.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
when
100%.
we open packs now. All we do is look for the foil.
Right,
You know, you look for the
100%.
foil and you look at that last card in the pack,
Yeah.
and that's it. And everything else you stack up. And sometimes we sort out the uncommons, and sometimes we don't.
Right.
And I've got boxes and boxes of stuff here that's unsorted. So I'm going to miss not seeing all the foils,
Yeah.
which they did announce in the town hall. So I'm going to catch us up real quick. Let's see. Oh, John says his cost is 110. And hey,
Yes. Trust me. That was the angry email that I typed up. I was like, "This is somebody liquidating. Why is this even? Why you should be calling them and buying their stock back from them,
Get it
and
off the
not
market."
allowing them to liquidate it." But
Yeah.
I didn't. I finished my cup of coffee that morning and deleted those 3 or 4 angry emails that I had typed.
You didn't send any?
I didn't send.
Not
them.
even a
I didn't
calm
even,
down
nope,
version?
I didn't even have one to send to a rep or anything
Oh.
about something screwed up. or
Wow.
anything that day, so.
Okay. Here's a couple more from Felipe. Kickstarter is fantastic to launch something new, which is exactly what Overpower is right now. You don't want to have Overpower competing with Magic and Pokemon on shelves. It's like the Few and Curse going up against Marvel and DC. It's a different environment which Overpower can rule.
Yes.
100,000%.
Yeah, and there are other companies that are doing similar level games with the same release schedules that aren't using Kickstarter, but I don't think anybody would blame them or shame them for doing it, right?
Right.
And then there are a couple of other things that are using Kickstarter that I think are very disappointing. That I complain regularly to them about still using Kickstarter for things, but again, this is still, I'm wondering if it was a missed opportunity. That it would have been, could have been something there. So, but
Yeah,
who knows?
I would have had no problem with another Kickstarter.
Me either. Me either.
I know they said right away after the first, well, we're not going to do any more Kickstarters, but I think the climate has changed. And if they came back and said, well, we said we weren't going to, but we really think it's for the best, we would have been okay with it.
Well, I worked in transportation for a long time before I got to run a store full time, and
Right.
I wonder what the numbers are showing them behind the scenes. I wonder where they think they're going to sell millions and millions of Invincible cards. Is that through stores? I would love that to be through my store and your store. I mean, I'm
Sure.
selling as many Overpower cards as I can every day,
Yep.
and trying to do that. But I don't think that the number of stores today justifies the number of cards
That
that
they're
they're
gonna
talking about printing. So
Yeah.
does that mean we are selling through Amazon? Does that mean we are selling through Skybound Direct, who works directly and sells directly? What is the channel? What is the distribution channel going to look like for this product, since we're not doing a Kickstarter this time? And if it's Amazon, that concerns me.
Oh, yeah,
To
Amazon
the
wouldn't be
nth
good.
degree. That concerns, because that is the quickest way to get to be into liquidation mode again if
Right.
if the thing is not blowing up.
Yeah, and everyone-
within the first couple months.
Amazon
type thing,
dumps,
right?
as they
dump.
call them,
Yes,
unfortunately.
yep. So
All right, guys, I'm going to go off topic just a little bit. Let's see, where is it at?
while you're working, actually, I'll talk a couple of things about some of our other points while you're doing this.
Okay, go ahead.
The next thing we had on our list was the choice to continue working with Titan shields on the sleeves.
Right.
I know I've expressed to LRG folks several times the quality of the product is not where it needs to be. They are a very hard sell. if somebody comes into the store and says, "Hey, can I buy some sleeves?" I say, "Yeah, they're over there."
Yeah.
If you really want a good product, don't pick the Titan Shields. They look great. They've got some really amazing art on them, but do not buy the Titan Shields, unfortunately, because I started playing with them and using them as soon as we got them. 50 games, and they were pretty much trashed. You had to replace them.
50 games.
50 games. Yeah,
I think that's generous.
I was real gentle. I tried to give them the best shot I could, to give them as much as I could, and they were unusable. And the problem with the stickers, the way that they are constructed, are just not designed to. And I would have hoped the company that was making the Titan Shield learned years and years ago that this is not the way to make product anymore. All of the other large producers have gone away from it. They print directly onto the plastic now, so, and you don't get the same level of artwork on a Dragon Shield or one of these other brands. You don't get that glossy pop with those products. But I would focus more on durability than just the way that they look. So
yeah, I'm not a big fan of them either. It's not my favorite. I wish they hadn't gone back with Titan.
Yeah.
The quivers are kind of cool.
So Quiver is a totally different company, though, I believe.
Oh, that's not through Titan?
I am pretty sure that Quiver is a totally different company and brand.
Okay, so Titan is just for the sleeves and the boxes.
Yes, I believe so.
I
could be wrong there. They could be the same company.
You're probably not wrong.
But, I have the next point on the list was quivers. The quivers look awesome. If you've never touched a quiver, if you've never used a quiver, I will back up Joe and say that they are a fantastic deck box product. I actually house a couple of Magic the Gathering cubes. If you know what a cube is, I actually house a couple of my cubes that I own in quivers so that I can quickly grab them, take them somewhere, and run an event with them. And they are absolutely perfect for that. They are so nice, so durable. I love the designs. The Lucille bat design is absolutely hilarious. I think we are going to sell a ton of those. They're going to be great. They're on the higher end, but I think there's a lot of products in that market right now that people are buying, so I think those are going to be a slam dunk. So,
but yeah, it looks like in the chat they are really liking the quivers. So Joe has sent me some artwork. Sorry guys, that's why it's distracting me right now. The darkness. And I'm going to put that image up here real quick.
That's much better than cover me up.
Cover you up. I don't think there's ever been any doubt about the quality of the art being fantastic for the game. And this just continues it. So it does look amazing, and
I think that it is one thing that I will say that LRG has delivered 110% on. Artwork quality has been, when they first announced it, when we first started talking about it, and I first heard about it, was one of the things that they said that there was one of their goals, and they have exceeded it maybe.
Yep.
I mean, it is just absolutely, it's hard to argue that it's not the best artwork out there right now. So
right.
I mean,
that's if we don't include Burger King Arthur, though, right?
Hey, everybody has a style, right? You got to mix it. Every piece of art can't be the best. You've got to have one that's the worst, right? So
yeah, and I hated the Burger King Arthur right away. I hated the Joan of Arc.
The Joan of Arc is worse, I think. I don't.
It probably is.
Yeah, I don't like.
But I just so love the character King Arthur that I was so disappointed when I saw that. It's like, that's the absolute worst. The Joan of Arc is actually kind of grown on me a little too.
Really?
Yeah. And I get teased so much about the Burger King Arthur that it's fun now.
Yeah.
Somebody gave me one when we were opening a box a couple weeks. I just ripped it in half. And everyone just laughed because they knew. But it didn't stop AJ from pulling one today out of his packs and giving it to me.
I love it, yeah.
So it is hilarious, and I appreciate it for what it is, and I make fun of it because the ultra rare is so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what I expected.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I ever meet the artist for the Burger King, Arthur, I would get them to sign me one.
And it could be one day somebody picks up these cards and picks up this game, and they're a fan of SpongeBob SquarePants as a kid, and they look at that Burger King and go, "Man, this is my favorite piece of art in the set." Right?
Right.
That's one of the cool things about art.
Exactly.
Is that
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
Yeah.
So you never know
And
who it's gonna strike a chord
right.
with.
We've had so much fun with that card.
Yeah.
That if they printed up play mats, I wouldn't have to buy one because somebody would send it to me.
Yeah.
I know they would. And I would laugh when I opened it, and I would not throw it away.
Yep. 100%.
So it's just pretty cool. So even the worst art in the set is still fun.
Still great.
And
it's still awesome.
Right,
Yes.
everything in it is fantastic. We've seen some of the playtest art,
Yes.
and
We'll be.
we are not going to be let down.
No.
And you guys are going to love the art as you have in this one.
Yep.
And
The Top Cow art looks. I mean, the one thing you can say about Top Cow Comics is that they have always. I mean, Silvestri, I think may have been the most forward-thinking of the artists that came out of that group back then. I think his stuff. I mean, I think he really pushed everybody else in that old Marvel collective to really grow, and you can tell that as a priority for Top Cow when they do their stuff. So
yeah,
I would expect nothing less than to see amazing Top Cow related artwork in that set as well. So.
and I'm pretty sure ERB pretty much opened up everything.
Oh
to
yeah,
them, and
well,
they got to use
I
everything,
mean, you get
anything
that
they
Jusco-
wanted.
The Jusco stuff is
Yeah, he's amazing.
like that. We should all have one of those playmats hanging up in our home. That's such a beautiful piece of art.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Yeah, all that ERB art is fantastic. Well, there we go. Joe's still there. Doug Taylor says, you heard it here first, folks. The new IP is SpongeBob SquarePants.
Hey, we just got magic cards, so
Yeah.
you never know. It's a
Yeah.
thing. So.
We are spreading all kind of rumors today. Joe is still around. He said, just wanted to say, I didn't hear all of this, but we appreciate all the thoughts about where we can, I think he meant approve. We will review the full vid. Thanks to everyone. Well, thank you, Joe.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it's here for.
Hopefully they'll be able to read the comments. The comments have been as thoughtful as everything we've seen.
Yeah,
as well, so.
I hope those comments show up after the live stream.
think they usually do.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think
I
people
click that
watch 'em.
box every time, but there's
Yeah.
been a couple times I've gone in to try to read the comments, and not everything seems to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe didn't mean improve. You pulled a John and fat fingered it. John says, Silvestri is my second favorite comic book artist behind Wrightson. Yes. Bernie Wrightson's amazing.
That X-Men cover with Wolverine on the big X-Men. I'll never forget walking into a store and seeing that book, man. And that's
I know
it's top-notch stuff.
Yeah, it's
man.
classic for sure. My favorite comic book artist would be probably tied between Neil Adams and Frank Frazetta. I love both of those guys.
I'm a George Perez guy myself, I think. So.
Well, I mean,
He's one of my-
how do you
one of my
argue
good-
with that?
Oh, it's so great.
You can't. And he was such a great person.
Oh, the best. Yeah.
And not that I didn't know Frank Frazetta. Neil Adams always treated us
Always a
incredibly
great guy.
well.
Yep.
Yeah. Freak says, Doug, box for 100. Wife approved. Oh, jeez. Sorry, Joey.
We're not going to send you. We're not going to send you that one site that had them for 109. either.
Yeah.
I will not advertise that. So.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. Well, hopefully Joe will, he'll review it,
somebody
and then
will
he'll
nip
go
that
buy
in
them
the
out
bud,
for us.
so,
Yeah. James says he can't see the comments after the stream, but he's on a mobile phone, so maybe that's why.
you may have to watch. Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
you
I think you have to watch it on a PC. You're
That
exactly
could
right.
be. Any thoughts on Mike Didado? Well, yeah, he's fantastic.
When he works, he doesn't work anymore. That guy can't deliver art on time.
Yeah, what was the last thing he did? AJ says freak show. Relax.
I mean, we could do a whole. Man, I'm sure we could do a whole 2 or 3 hours on favorite comic book artists. Right?
No doubt. When I was a kid, Wrightson and Kaluda and Jeff Jones were all at a show here in Columbus, and I wasn't a horror fan, back then.
Yeah.
And that was all they were doing.
That's-
Well,
yeah.
Cluta was doing the shadow.
Yeah.
But I didn't get any of their autographs because
Yeah.
what
like,
me.
wasn't
Now
my
it's like,
thing.
why didn't my dad make me? I will tell you this though. Mike Kaluta's brother came into our store one.
Really?
Yes, and gave me his email address and said, Doug, Mike said if you're ever in New York to stop by his apartment and see him. And I said, I'm going to be there for the Big Apple Comic Con in the fall. And he goes, here's his email address, email him and set something up. And then at the last minute, I couldn't go to the Big Apple.
Oh.
But his brother, Roman, emailed me just a few months ago and said, hey, Doug, I need some Cluta artwork. Do you have these books? And by the way, if you're ever in New York, stop by and see him.
Wow.
So I really got to, next time I'm in New York, I got to do that.
You got to cash that in.
I got to
for
do
sure.
that for
Yeah.
sure. I'm waiting for the Shadow Overpower card to take to him and get it autographed.
How cool would that be, right?
Yes, it would be amazing. Felipe says Mike is doing a lot of work for AWA Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah? When was the last time anybody bought an AWA comic? Do you carry those?
I do, yeah, and it's good stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's late though. They don't ship on time still.
Okay.
So. His first book that he did with AWA, it did ship on time when it first came out. But I'm sure that's because they made him do it all, and have it all in the can before they would even ship the book
Right.
for him because they
Yeah.
didn't want to start out at that. But projects since then have had delays.
Okay.
So,
And Felipe says he's got The Wizard of Oz coming up.
yeah.
That would be amazing. All right, let's get back to our list. So you did the
Yeah,
Titan
we talked about
Shields, you
Titan
did
Shields
the
and Quivers, and we
this is supposed to-
mentioned Fire and Fills.
Yeah, it's
so.
supposed to be Phil and Fire, but you
Yeah.
know, all day Friday and Saturday. Friday we're going to do. John wants to do 8-man Phil and Fires, and then on
Hey,
Saturday we'll do 4s. So I think that's great.
Makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
The
got
nice thing about it is if you only get 4 and you're waiting 20 minutes, then fire a 4.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll work. We talked about the skirmish on Friday night. I think they're giving away $300 or $350 for first place, something like that.
Yep.
So that'll be awesome.
Very cool event.
Howard says, got to go. Good show tonight. Stefan should be a regular guest. I wish I could bring him on more often. He rarely gets to downtown.
Yeah,
But
it's,
I appreciate that, Howard. Thanks.
I'm usually watching from the warmth of my little store myself on a Monday. So
Awesome. Raven Project says quick fires. I'm sticking
quick
to
fire,
that.
I like that.
Okay, we'll do it. Thanks, AJ. Appreciate your tuning in and all your comments. They did announce that they're going to update their website.
Yes,
Okay.
and the site attached to organized play, I believe, sounds
Yes.
kind of like.
And they've already put up a website store.
So I've got some comments about the website store situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
for
So
it.
after the I actually did a refresh right before I walked in here. I thought the extra play mats
They
were
were
supposed to be
supposed to
on
be,
there Tuesday night, Joe, and they have, no.
That's Ron. That's Ron.
So
That's Ron's duty.
I've been aggressively. Their website's got to be getting some hits like crazy for me hitting refresh on it every 2 hours because I make sure I can get one of a couple that I didn't get to pick up. So, but those
Yeah.
have not shown up from as far as I've seen. So
Guys, I will tell you this too. If you see them on the website, buy the Witchblades. I think Ron said they only have like 10
yes,
left.
yes.
Get 'em
Which is
now.
one of the ones I was hoping to grab a copy of since I didn't get to go
if I-
to a couple of those shows. So
Uh-oh. Joe says it's not live. There must be a glitch.
yeah, no, they've
Well, the
not
Top
shown
Cow
up yet.
playmats don't seem to be showing on there, Joe.
Nope.
Okay, with all the things that they're doing, I have a concern that they're getting too broad with too much paraphernalia without having the market to support it.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
That's my only concern about that. I love the website store. Corey's already ordered a shirt off of there.
Well, I'd assume that's just one of those like
Print on
thing-
demand?
Yeah, the print on demand service things,
Could
right?
be.
That's what I assume those were. I don't imagine they've got a warehouse of sweatshirts
Oh no,
sitting
I'm
around
sure.
or anything like that. So I mean, there's 36 items on there, and it's basically just reselling Kickstarter, but the smaller Kickstarter.
It's like
packages. Like, so you can buy a box and some starters.
Starters.
Or you can buy some
Okay.
a couple of starters and things like that. So, and then they do have the play mats from the Kickstarter, except for the Poseidon, which apparently is sold out. So,
Well,
but
got
they
a whole
have.
bunch of Poseidons.
Do you still have Poseidon?
I do.
They, I sold my last couple in the mail to people who reached out through Facebook because they were getting
Interesting.
hard to find apparently.
Okay.
So,
We're going to have probably a better website store than they have after the Nats. we're going to have
yeah,
it
pack
here
up,
for
huh?
everybody.
I love it. Yeah.
And then after the Nats, we're going to upload it to our website. We have the 2 showcases over there. They're going to be dedicated to nothing but Overpower.
Awesome.
So we're going to do whatever we have to do to reconfigure the store. We have enough tables in here right now to seat 88 players, I believe it was. Yeah, 88. But I have to remove some stuff to get us up to, I want to seat 120.
Yeah.
And then after that, we'll see what kind of space we have. Joe says, check the store in a few hours.
Oh, Joe, what, you gonna have me up till 4 a.m. hitting refresh again, man? You're killing me. I did that last Tuesday.
Oh, Joe. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, we'll check the store in a couple hours. We're starting at like 10 o'clock. I give him 2 hours, a
There you
little
go.
under 2 hours. We'll check
I'll
every
be checking
hour.
at 9:30. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make sure I get one.
Yeah. We already discussed the Kickstarter of the Few and Cursed.
Actually, did we do that before Felipe was on?
Yep,
I think so.
we
So
did.
yeah, we did mention that.
Felipe, are you still there?
The
but-
Few and the Cursed mini set Kickstarter is going to be awesome.
I think some people are complaining they don't want to have to buy more than one starter for that. I say suck it up, Buttercup, and buy 3. That's just the way it is for starter decks. In
Yeah.
any other game in the
Yeah.
industry, you'd have to buy 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I don't.
Take that starter. So buy that second or third starter deck, and then go to your favorite local game store, pull up
Yeah.
a chair, sit there, sort cards by yourself one day until someone comes over and asks you, "What is this game you're sorting?"
Yeah.
Sit them down, play 5 games with them so that
Yeah.
they get hooked, and give them that starter deck, and continue to grow the game that way.
Right.
So,
And if you have Kickstarter Few and Cursed cards that you don't want because you'll never play 3 of it, give it out as samples.
just hand it out to somebody. Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be that expensive. You're going to
No.
get more than your money's worth out of this Kickstarter because I know how Felipe is.
Yeah.
And just know that if it comes down that you have to buy 2 or 3, you're still buying fewer than I'm going to buy.
If
All
there's
right?
if there's $100 level to this Kickstarter, I would be shocked, right? I
You're
don't
right.
think
Well,
it's not one of those things.
Maybe
where
for
we
retailers,
escalate. Yeah,
or
well,
we can
that's-
buy
yeah,
a few to,
yep,
to
yep,
resell.
very
But
true.
yeah, I don't think it's going to be that expensive. Felipe says, I'd love to know what the community would look for, promo-wise, extra content, foils, etc. What does the people want? Well, one thing, we really like foil cards, Felipe. We love
Yeah, gotta keep
foil
those
on our
foils
cards.
coming. And even different foils than what they've already the style that they've already done. If we want to,
Yeah.
if we want to look at some other styles, that's
Yes.
also interesting. So.
We'll take whatever you got because I know you're going to do a great job, and I can't wait to see what it's going to be. The Goof says that the Toronto videos came out.
Yes, I've actually watched them.
All
Pretty
of
much
them?
All of them, yeah.
Did they put my first round match up there?
No. Is there something? Was there something about it that they didn't?
Yeah,
I think it
yeah.
didn't work, right?
Well, no, it recorded, but I played a newbie,
Oh, did you?
and I beat him in like 2 or 3 hands, and it wasn't fun.
Yeah, they made.
And I
they may not
apologized,
have
and I
posted
went
it.
to him, and I said, guys, and you made me do it on stream.
Yeah.
And I said, please. And one of the cos just said, I'm going to do commentary on him, so I'll tell him how bad you felt doing it. I said, please, because I hated every minute of it. So maybe they just didn't upload that one.
Yeah,
which
I did not see that one
Good,
actually. So.
good. Yeah, it was over almost before it started.
Just Corey and Nora were all prominently featured.
Yeah,
throughout
Corey
the
and
weekend.
Jessica
so.
both rewatched their game, and Corey said, man, it was a whole lot closer than I remember it.
It was. Yeah.
So it really sucks that they drive all the way up to Toronto and have to play each other. But it is what it is. Oh, there you go. Alt art, extra missions, Felipe's
There you
asking.
go.
We love alt art too.
Yep. I thought it was very cool to hear that artist Jeremy Probst, who I've had a couple of interactions with. I don't know him real well, but I see him at Origins every year, and he does do some very cool stuff. To be a fan of the game, and to meet them at a convention and get a card done. It's how cool is that? That is the coolest thing. So
yeah, it was really cool, and he didn't even know.
Oh, really?
I sent him a text. I said, "Man, congratulations on getting a card in the next set." He goes, "Is it out?" And I said, "No, they just announced that you got a card in the set on the town hall." And he goes, "Can you link me to the town hall?"
That's so that's so cool.
He didn't even know. So it was really cool. I'm sure he's super stoked, and it's going to be awesome. And Andrew says, "My game was up there. It was 2 hands and 15 minutes." Well, I did talk to the young man later, and he was not disappointed. I mean, he didn't drop the game. He was still having fun.
That's good.
Yes. It was bad. "Hey, Lawrence, how are you?" He said, "I'll second that Peach Momoko collab request. That one card is a beautiful piece." Yes. Felipe, you can still get Peach Momoko to do cards in this set. Oh, we would all enjoy that immensely.
I think he better have been friends with her 10 years ago. I think she's a little bigger than than
he's got her in his last Kickstarter. Did
really?
you see
That's
that?
awesome. Yeah.
He got some art in there, and he
I'm
said
sure she's
did.
charging
He
a
did
little
that
more.
too. He met her long before she got super popular.
That's very cool.
And did that, so it's great. And Andrew
If I could just request artists, I'm gonna. I'll send several emails on that front. Let's do it.
But there's no bad artist in Brazil, right, Felipe? They're all so talented. Andrew says the poor guy was playing Cthulhu Void and he was in reserve. He also had bad basic and trainings in his deck. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Thanks, Andrew. All right, let's quit talking about that poor guy. He may watch this video, get his feelings hurt more.
Well, that's learning the game, right?
Yes.
That's to show up for that kind of an event and actually even play is pretty cool, though.
Yes,
still,
and like I said, afterwards, at the end of the day, he was still having fun.
That's awesome.
And he enjoyed it immensely. I got in here about the meta. I guess Joe was talking a little bit about the meta.
The one thing that was really cool, they went through a bunch of slides at the end of the show where they talked about the characters that have shown up, which I thought was very interesting.
Yes.
So, I wasn't all that surprised about a lot of it, in the amount of stuff that the games that we play and that I've seen played and everything. It wasn't shocking. It wasn't terribly shocking to me, but
I liked how the meta shifted every regional.
Yeah.
Phil's deck did not repeat in the second regional.
Correct. Yeah.
Guys are still trying new things, and Ricky showed up with a Woo Witch that was different from any Woo Witch I think we'd seen in the past, but there was still the Woo Witch, but things were changing.
Yeah. And it's a small card pool, and so you would expect to see a lot of similarity, and you did see a lot of and unusable stuff. Yes, it just is going to get discarded to the side. So, but I still think I would not be shocked to see several other characters that haven't made top 8s on a regular basis show up at any of the events for nationals or for the play-in event, things like that, and do well just in somebody else's hands.
It's so hard because there's so few 16 and 17-point characters.
Again, agreed.
Of course, you're going to see a lot of Billies because he's 17 points and he's a 7.
Right.
And the 16-point characters are max 6s.
Yes. Yep.
So I understand why Billy's showing up a lot.
Yep.
My personal play style is I don't want a reserve character who's throwing a few attacks out of the reserve spot. I need a little defense in my deck, so I'm hoping instead of having a Billy 4 to attack you with, I draw a level 4 power card that I can defend a 4 with. That's just my philosophy. You're not going to see a whole lot of attacks coming out of my reserve character.
It was interesting though, and it was cool that they.
And we can do a whole show on just breaking all that down.
110%, yeah.
And Thomas and Goof, thank you both for all the work that you put in on that.
Yeah.
I love seeing it, and maybe someday we will do a whole episode on it. We'll see. We already covered the no foil stacks and Invincible. They are going to have some foils in the prize packs. That's
that
huge.
that was a very interesting. I was surprised that the comments for the event, because I think prize pack distribution has been something that has been kind of a negative
Yeah.
for a lot of people. And again, we come back to discussions earlier about where is this game selling, what stores are carrying it, how are these prize packs getting distributed, right?
Yeah.
So to cut back on we skipped over, but the note you had before was about no foil stacks. To cut back on the way that we're distributing foil cards and the way those are coming out of the packs and the positive vibe that you get when you open that pack that has that foil stack in there, and shifting that over to a foils of X certain cards are only going to be available through these prize packs is an interesting decision. And again, I think it really lends itself to questioning, where is this game being sold, who is playing it, where is the movement to get more and more and more stores running this game, and how does LRG accomplish making that happen, right?
Yes, exactly. But if you can't do foil stacks, I think putting foil cards in the prize packs is kind of cool, and you shouldn't get 4 basic universe cards in a prize pack going forward. I hope.
I mean, if they had been foil basic universe cards in those prize packs, it would have been a little more interesting, right? I think that would have probably been met with, we would positively thought of, if that was the way they decided to put common foils out.
Yeah.
Other than the characters and the specials, then that would have been an interesting choice, I think.
Right.
So, but again, I think that would have alienated even more of the folks who unfortunately may not have not been able to.
That's
to
a good
get
point
the prize
too.
packs, right?
Yeah.
It's great for us because we're seeing 10, 15, 20 prize packs a week open sometimes, right? And that's just not happening everywhere, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
just yet, so.
right. And Andy, no, they did not say that the prize packs will be all foils in the prize packs. Just that there will be foils in the prize packs. He did not say the ratio.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting. I don't expect every card in the prize pack to be foiled. But from the way Joe stated it, it did kind of sound like maybe he was hinting at that.
Well, yeah, and I mean, when they said that the reason behind the change is because the difficulty and the expenses and the time is in sorting the cards into the packs, I also kind of assumed that meant that the prize packs would either be all or none as well. That was I kind of got that impression as well, but you're exact. I don't think they actually specifically said that, but I kind of got that feeling too.
Well, now Andrew just said every prize pack card will be foiled.
Okay,
I don't.
I don't remember him exactly, but I made that same assumption. So whether he may have said it or that
maybe
was
he
kind
did,
of the thing.
and I kind of, like I said,
you were
fast forwarded, rewinding a little bit, trying to get it all in. I wanted to make sure I'd seen the whole thing before and taken notes. John says, I want foils in the regular packs to keep up player interest and rarities. What did he say? Alt arts and rarities in the prize packs, no unique cards.
Agreed.
Yeah, they learned that lesson. There won't be anything unique in there.
Yeah.
Other than alt arts and the rarity levels.
Yeah, if we ever go to the point where you have to get a playable card and it's only available in a prize pack, that's a huge mistake.
Yep.
I don't see any companies doing that anymore. I think everybody's learned that that's a bad idea.
Right.
So.
Felipe, you have a good night, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. Message me in the morning after you re-listen. Let's see. Top Cow play testing is starting soon. I've been in touch with Keith on that. We got so many guys in Columbus that want to play test.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't we be already play testing it? If it's scheduled to ship at any certain time, we have any idea?
December.
Like it's
December. Joe said December. We should already be play testing. I agree.
We thought we were going to be playing Invincible in February too, right? So,
yes. Well, that's a good point.
So if they have hard dates on things, why you would think that calendar would have been rolled back to the point where we're saying, okay, we should be, because I don't think we got to do enough playtesting with Invincible.
Oh, no.
And I would have liked to have done a lot more. And this is the time that we should be doing playtesting for Top Cow, right? Because we are kind of we're all practicing for Nats, but we're not really necessarily discovering new things or trying to reinvent the wheel at this point, right?
Right.
This is the
We're
perfect time
fine-tuning.
where
Yes.
the regular play groups that are
We could get together
Yes, could be
and play
doing
test
some of
on
this.
Tuesdays
Yep.
instead of working on the
100%,
nets.
yep.
And we'd be more than thrilled to do that.
Yeah.
And we'll have to talk about that real soon. I got to get with Keith. Lawrence said Rob and Adam with their online leagues have helped so many people collect the prize pack cards. It's been essential for the community. And I saw something from Andrew about that too.
Oh, actually, somebody just made a HeroClix is one of the people that still does exclusive figures through, and everyone hates it. I mean,
Did the
it's,
prize system? monthly
yeah,
kits
yeah.
or
The
the-
monthly kits still have unique figures in them, and
Holy cow.
everybody still hates that. Yeah, it's one of retailers complain about it to them all the time. It's
And they just don't care.
they're stuck in their ways, I guess. I mean, retailers complain less about the prize kits in stores versus the convention exclusive stuff that
Yeah.
cuts out sales basically, because people then have to start making decisions. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not going to that convention, so I have to pay 3 times what you're selling it for to buy this figure on eBay. So those are packs I'm not buying from a retailer.
Right.
And we've told them that over and over and over again. They've come up with different fixes and many different things. But WizKids is their own. They're
Well,
over there doing their things. So
But our buddy's no longer running it, Justin.
I know, yeah.
And
So
that was a little
things have not changed. I haven't seen any real
no change since
changes.
he left.
No, it's not been any. I've not seen much difference.
He probably
so,
trained his clone to run it.
Yeah.
Andrew says, big thanks to Rob for his online league allowing people to earn packs by playing matches online.
That's
Absolutely.
yes, definitely.
Thank you
That's an
guys,
awesome
Rob
system.
and Adam, for doing that for guys.
I need to get into that and do that going forward.
I'm not a big fan of playing online, so that's why I've never done it.
It's like one
but-
game a week, though, right? It's like it's not a huge time. It's like an
Right.
hour a week usually,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you can do it from anywhere
Right.
in your underwear if you
Yeah.
want, right? So
Well, yeah, I guess. My buddy Ray has been doing it a lot. I don't
Nice.
know if you've seen Ray Tan on there.
Oh, yeah.
Ray is getting very, very good.
Excellent.
Ray just came back from the Netherlands where he played
Oh,
Star
really?
Wars
Okay.
Unlimited over there. I believe he finished 24th.
That's awesome.
He had a rough first couple of games on day 1, and on day 2, a couple more rough ones, but finished, I believe it was 24th.
That's awesome.
So, yes. And he's picking up Overpower very quickly, and I fully expect him to qualify with the last chance qualifier. So,
Any TCG play, any experienced TCG player that I've ever shown Overpower to,
they pick it up
they
pretty
pick it
quick.
up.
Yeah.
If they're playing the games for the joy of playing the game, they pick it up immediately. I mean,
Yeah.
they see 2 or 3 games, they see the potential, and they grab it.
Ray is absolutely loving playing Overpower.
I mean,
He doesn't even want to play Star Wars.
Yeah.
Doug, let's play some Overpower. What are you doing tonight? Can I come in early? It's like, so it's great, and he's picking up really good. Nor's brother drove up he drove to Cleveland to see his in-laws, and then he stopped in Columbus on his way home yesterday to play some Overpower.
I love it.
And he is catching on very, very quickly. Him and Nor have been playing online a little
very
bit.
cool.
So, if you guys think Nor's good?
Even more bodies
Yeah,
in the Columbus tree
Yep,
coming. So.
his brother's catching on too. So I expect him to make an impact on the last chance qualifier. So that would be really cool. I'm rooting for him. We already covered how they're going to be at Origins and PAX this year. I don't know if PAX is going to be a regional again, or if they're just doing a booth. Like they had a booth and the regional there.
Right.
I believe they're still discussing whether they're going to do both events at PAX. We haven't had any announcement other than Joe said he thinks all 4 regionals are going to be, there's going to be 4 at the same 4 cities.
Well, I think I think there was a comment made about maybe doing something in the South kind of situation, the Texas. Texas, because there is a big player base there in the Texas-Oklahoma area that they run a successful NAOL event every year kind of situation as well. So
yeah,
that was mentioned as well. So
and I think. Oh, Joe said smaller events that weren't
Correct.
big
Yes.
money.
Not necessarily the 4 big regionals, but
Yeah.
maybe a satellite-y type event or.
And I would love to see that for California and Florida.
Yep. That make great
Florida
sense,
/
right?
Georgia, maybe. I'd really want to see more than 4 regionals next year. And seeing it in the same 4 cities, I'm okay with that. Although Canada, that was a fun store. It was a great store. We were treated really well up there. They closed the store and staff stayed late to let us play there.
Nice. Yeah.
So I'm all for going back to Canada.
I wonder if they. I mean, I love the idea. I thought the prize money would be a much bigger draw for new players and for new adoptees of the game, and I'm not sure that we saw that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of I would be of the mind that even if they decided to roll back the cash prizing, because nobody is doing cash prizing in these TCGs anymore like this. And
That's true. Now, Flesh and Blood was just here at the convention center this past weekend.
did they have a big cash
The
prize?
calling,
Yeah.
and I don't think it was a big cash prize.
So it's very like you guys are all. Anybody done their taxes yet? Where they've had to claim their
No, because I didn't
their
get paid.
money? You haven't gotten your money
I
yet?
ain't got my money yet.
I hope they paid Jeremy before they and not on the same level for his art in the next set. And
Yeah.
Not when you guys get your prize money. So
Yeah, I'll have to talk to Corey and Nor. They both got paid last year. I'm still waiting for my
yeah.
Canadian
Well, I mean,
payout.
I suppose I don't know if it was a rumor, if it was supposed to be said, but some of the Canadian folks wanted to get paid by the end of the year or something like that because they were worried about their health insurance plans changing and the cost of what they do
Hadn't heard
changing or something like. I think I saw that in a chat or something like that, or heard that
Interesting.
somewhere. So
Okay.
the cash prize thing, I don't know if it had the effect that they hoped that it would have. Right?
I would say it definitely did not have any effect.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say it didn't have any effect. It made me travel when I wouldn't have gone to
Sure.
Seattle.
No, that's true.
I
Yeah.
may not have gone to Canada, and I certainly probably wouldn't have gone to Philadelphia. So it did pull our group to 3 different cities that we may not have gone to.
Yeah.
But it didn't do near what I
But
expected.
that was, you guys just did that because it was cash prize?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. I had no plans to go to Seattle. I mean, we got caught up in the excitement of winning. Corey qualified. He made top 8 out in Seattle, so
Yeah.
now he's hooked.
Yeah.
He did top 8 in Columbus. Then I think he just missed. He lost his playing game to Jessica.
Yeah.
No, he must have. Well, he top 8 in Columbus, and then he lost a playing game to her in Canada. And she made top 8
Top 8.
because of it. So we definitely got caught up in
I think
the
Norm made
winning.
top 8 too, didn't he?
But Corey, no, he
Nor.
just made Nor. Yes.
Yeah, he made one.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Nor has 2 top 4 finishes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So the only one I think.
So you guys did, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the only one who finished the season better than Nor was probably Thomas, who
yeah.
he had 3, 1 top 8, 2 top 4s, and he won one.
Yeah.
But yes, so we won a lot. We was having a whole lot of fun, but it was the prize money that got us in at
So-
first. Yeah.
My thought was I would be okay if they rolled back that prize money and did more events.
Yes.
Did smaller, regionally more type things.
Yes.
If that was the issue
Less
with it,
less
right?
payouts, more events.
Yeah.
For sure.
And again, all of the other companies that are running these big, huge events, they're producing limited edition product that once it with ERB, it doesn't make all that much sense. There's not a secondary market for ERB stuff like there is collectibles for Invincible. So
Right.
like with Invincible, they could get away with printing super premium foil alternate art cards that there are 20 copies of, or there's 16 copies of, or 8 copies of, and those will be just as good as a cash prize on
Right.
a secondary market.
Because they can
And-
sell it for big bucks.
Yep, and
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
get away from this handing cash out and
Right.
those kinds of situations.
Yeah.
And it costs them nothing to print 8 cards, right? You would hope, right? So.
Yeah, even if it costs you $5 a card.
Yep.
you're
Yes.
you're giving away
you're-
a $5,000 prize.
Yes, it's
that they're
way,
gonna-
way different.
Yes.
So,
And that would make it a whole lot easier.
yeah.
And I think
But
that's
again, you have to have an IP like an Invincible to drive
do,
that
right.
a little bit, right?
And that's what One Piece does.
Yes. Oh, yes.
uh,
Yep.
Their big events, they're handing out top 8 get this exclusive
Mhm,
card.
yep.
And it may be at all of their regionals.
Right.
But they only run 3.
Right. Yep.
So there's only 24 of those cards.
Yeah. And
And
they're
you
big
put
money.
Monkey D. Luffy on there.
Yeah. Well,
There's-
I think we did, my store did, we did the initial starter deck release, and it had a champion card that
Yeah.
that the winner of that, and I think that thing's $20,000
Oh
or something
my
crazy like
gosh.
that. It's,
Wow.
maybe not quite that much, but I know I've seen it sell for several $1,000s, and I was like, and it was selling for $1,000 the day I handed it to the guy.
Right.
And I was like, I hope you people come back now that I'm handing this guy $1,000 card. So
Yeah.
they didn't, unfortunately,
and
but
we were handing out 8 of them.
yeah,
because
exactly.
We had 8 kids, and each winner card
Oh, yeah.
it was like $400
Yeah.
or $500.
Yeah, so there you
and
go.
guys were coming in saying, "How much is it to play?" And it's $25. They said, "Why so much?" It's like, well, look, dude,
Yeah.
I'm giving away 8 $500 cards.
Yep.
So
And the starter you're buying is worth $100.
yeah, yeah. So that would be so much better than cash prizing.
Yeah.
And the players who want to play the game for that card, they'll show up.
Yeah, agreed.
Hey, Michael, how are you? Yeah, we're still going. Oh, you still got your One Piece cards for the Dodgers. Still haven't done it. You need to send them in and get them
I was
graded.
just say, send them off for grading. I was
I-
actually looking at the Fanatics auction that there's 3 or 4 of those.
What's a
they've
10 going
graded.
for right now?
I mean, like they've got all $1,000 probably, $1,200.
I think they're more than that.
Yeah, that's
they're
a minimum,
stupid
I think.
money.
Yeah.
But-
But sell them now. There is a bubble forming in One Piece
Yeah.
of epic proportions. So.
Michael, if you want to bring them with you to the Nats, we can see.
Yeah, let me know where your car is parked. No, I'm just kidding.
Bring them with you.
Yeah, we can take a look and see if
I'll,
they'll be
I'll
ready.
help you get them off to CGC.
There you go.
I have sent in a second lot to CGC.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Do you still have those here? I want to look at them. Are they here?
They're up in the store.
Okay, I may
go up there.
make you go show
Yeah.
me those. So.
I had so much fun doing it. It's like, all right, I want to do it again. So this time I only sent 7. They're zooming through the system. They got them in on Friday, scheduled them for grading today.
That's wild.
So they're probably going to be back before the Nats.
I may have to have you start sending stuff for me. I can't ever get anything moving like
Well,
that. With those
let's wait and
guys.
see what grades I get back. I sent, I think, mostly foils this time.
Yeah.
Character ultra rare, alternate
Ultra rare,
art,
or just
rare
alternate art foils? Gotcha.
I did send ultra rare. I think I sent another Mina and another Watson, and then 5 characters. I think that's what it was. I can't remember. I looked at so many cards, and then I kept saying, "No, that's not good enough. No, that's not good enough." My King Arthurs have a line right down the middle, the back of the ultra rares, so I didn't send in another one of those. So I'm not going to get another 10 on those right away.
Well, so going back to I know we're way past the uncut sheets and the fact that we're not actually getting uncut sheets. These things are like the one thing that I've noticed is that I haven't seen any miscuts.
No.
Like, have you seen miscuts?
No.
So I've not seen any miscut cards, which is shock. I mean, if any size print run, I'm shocked that there aren't some
Yeah.
along those lines, right? I mean, now there is. Half of the ultra rare foils I've opened were significantly damaged, and that's obviously because there's extra handling involved in sorting to put those cards into those packs, right? So, but
I noticed the character stacks are all damaged.
interesting.
The foil stacks
foil
of the
stacks?
characters. Every one,
But
and you
it's-
hold it up on the side, you can see it. It's like the kickoff hit them all the same and damaged them all in the top
Interesting.
left.
Interesting. So that means they are being cut, though, right? So there were at one point sheets
Yeah.
of cards that were cut, right? So,
Well, I'm assuming, I don't know, Joe, if they're still listening, are they printed off of sheets or not? Because I've heard a rumor that they don't print off sheets anymore, but I can't imagine how they print these cards.
they
if they're not
definitely. I
printing
mean,
off sheets.
if Overpower is not printed in sheets, then that's different than other Magic cards are printed in.
They're
sheets.
still on sheets, right?
I mean, you see whole commander decks getting open that are all miscut. They're all the same sheet miscut, right? Situation. You're seeing
Yeah.
it all the time.
Okay.
Like I'm a part of Facebook groups where there are people who that's all they collect are miscut cards, right? So
Miscut Magic cards.
But again, I haven't seen Overpower cards miscut. I've not seen anybody post that they found anything like that. So when you mentioned
Yeah.
that they may not be sheets, there may not be sheets. I said, okay, I mean that's possible, I guess. So
I can't
I'm
imagine
shocked.
how they
I
would
would
print
be
them if they're
shocked.
not on sheets.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're like
But
single cards going through a thing. No
That-
wonder
that-
it takes so long, right?
wow,
So,
I can't imagine. Somebody said they don't print off sheets anymore. It's like I don't get it. I don't know how that could be possible. But the Goose says, I feel like it's a pool of 20-ish people buying all the money cards right now. Unless the community grows, either big prize pools or rare cards only go so far. I agree.
so you're talking about Overpower?
Yeah, the price.
I think there's definitely a large, the grassroots people are keeping the price of the
cards
collectibles of
inflated.
stuff now
Yeah.
are high. So
Yeah.
I agree with
And-
that 100%.
And it's like one guy had something like 35 Zeus stacks at one time.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was paying top dollar to get them.
And that's also what drove the prices that Larry got for the uncut sheets those ultra rare uncut sheets that he sold, right? Those were grassroots. Those were not somebody who tried the game at Origins and is now into the game. And is it? Do you know who bought them?
I know who bought them.
Interesting.
We'll talk off air.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Maybe I may have misguessed that one. Huh?
Yeah, just by a bit.
Interesting.
But John says Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh are all on sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
I would.
exist. So
And James says I'm a former printer, and they are still on sheets.
Yeah.
That's okay.
that makes sense.
It does. And then
I'm going to
stacked.
Carter Monday and ripping some sheets off the line.
off the line. Yeah. John says some sheets are smaller than others. Some companies do as few as 11 cards a sheet.
Yeah, I
and
can
some
believe that. Yeah.
still do 55.
Well, so the sheet that Larry sold, the ultra rare foil sheets, there's only 12 cards on it, right? Or is it 16? I mean, it's one sheet that has all of the ultra rare foils, and there's only 12 or 16 of them, right?
Right, but there's 3 of each, except for 3 of them that there's only 2 on. So they're printed on the sheet
Right,
alphabetically.
yes, yeah.
So it was the last 3 didn't get a third
Didn't
copy
get the third
on the
copy,
sheet.
right? Yeah. So that means there's another sheet that has those on it somewhere, right? So in the printing process.
Right.
So
maybe not in this print run.
right, yeah.
So we should have ours. When did he say we'd have our sheets? March? So we won't even have them for the Nats.
Yeah.
Because I would love to show them off at the
And
Nats.
I don't want to have to. I mean, I wasn't planning to sell them. I was going to give them away as prizes as part
me
of
too,
events,
absolutely.
right? I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, now that they're. I mean.
But I'd like to be able to answer everybody's questions at the
Yeah,
Nats by saying,
yeah.
this is the sheets. This is what you can
Right.
expect at some point. And unless Larry brings them, that's not going to happen. And I got to go back to the chat real quick. Michael, why aren't you coming to the Nats, man? It's our biggest event of the year. I'm
Doesn't
sorry to
he
hear
always say he's not coming, and then he ends up coming? Though?
No, he really.
No.
No, he didn't last time because he was getting on a boat for a cruise
Oh,
on
that's right,
Sunday,
that's
so
right,
he actually
yeah.
didn't make it. So I hope he changes his mind and he shows up.
I feel like 2 years. OP Cup 2 years ago was he here for it?
Yes.
So I feel like he was the same way leading up to that, and ended up showing up. But
yeah.
you're right. This year he didn't make it.
Yeah, he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So let's just round out this list real quick. We already talked about.
Yeah, I think we talked about the
Everything.
regionals.
They showed some Top Cow sneak peeks. at
Art
the
looks
end.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It did highlight one of the things that's very interesting about Top. Joe was basically giving little synopses about all of the art, and I didn't know any of the stories that he was talking about.
I totally skipped that part.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I
So
didn't-
I mean, it tells you the state of what Top Cow, I think, really. I mean, I'm a 35-year comic collector, and I didn't know any of the stories. I knew the characters. And most of the characters I knew because they've already been printed at Overpower.
Yeah.
Or in another card game maybe that I played at one time. But he was kind of like, I'm sitting there listening to him, and I'm like, I want to comment, Joe. You're not helping Top Cow sell any trade paperbacks here. You're telling everybody the stories. So.
I thought it was hilarious when he said everybody knows Kenneth Irons from Witchblade, and it's like, I don't have a clue who that is.
I actually knew who Kenneth Irons was.
Did you?
I think he's got a HeroClix figure. That's why.
Okay.
So.
I had no clue who that was. And I thought that was the funniest thing of the whole show. It's like, what do you mean, everybody?
Well, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you're not selling any trade paperbacks. You keep telling everybody that what happens in all these stories that we're supposed to be excited about because we now got Top Cow cards that we have to go.
That's hilarious. Michael, it is February 27th for the last chance qualifier, February 28th for the Nats. That would be awesome. Take a look, see if you can make it. We'd love to see you there.
Shake that tree, my friend.
Yeah.
We'd love to see you.
James says, Overpower's the only way I got to know Image. Well, yeah, that Image set.
There's a bunch of Top Cow people in that set, right? I mean, it's...
Yeah, well, yes, because the Image became Top Cow, kind of.
Yeah.
I remember when that set got released, I got a ton of it at first. And then I got one small restock after, because I was selling it to all my buddies and buying it for my buddy who had a card shop up in Youngstown. And he sent me, 10 or 12 cases when it released. And then I said, hey, can you get me some more? And he said, well, I'll try. And next thing I know, I get one more case, and then it just vanished.
Yeah.
But those characters, even then, I didn't know who they were. And I was buying it for my buddies because I didn't want to open anymore.
And actually, then I wanted all the Gen 13 characters. I wanted the Wildcats.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was, but again, Witchblade was okay, and I wasn't an avid reader of Witchblade or Darkness. They were both interesting books, but the Top Cow properties from those, because Wildcats is Wildstorms, that's Jim Lee, and then the Gen 13 was part of the Wildstorm side of thing. I was definitely more of the Wildstorm person than the Top Cow person. So.
And they couldn't hit a production schedule for nothing.
No.
None of them.
No.
And even when they had some really cool stuff that I was interested in, it's like, oh, did they ever put out number 2 of that book? And it's like, oh, the first 2 issues came out. Where's number 3? So I wasn't a big fan, and it didn't make me want to buy the Image.
Well, I'm excited. I'm interested to see where the new Youngblood, where Rob gets his new series too. At this, how many issues we get to?
Yeah,
so.
he's hilarious.
I was watching something today where he was talking about all of the X-Force characters being killed in Deadpool 2, and he's like, "Oh, you guys shouldn't do that. These characters are cool." And I'm like, "That was the best part of the movie, man. It's the best joke in the whole movie."
He's hilarious. He comes across my X feed every once in a while, the little videos.
Yeah.
Or it might be on Facebook, I don't know. But quick fire questions and things like that. And it is funny. But when he brags about how many copies that new series sold. I mean, X-Force in the 90s sold a ton of copies.
So tons of copies,
yes. But I can't believe...
I think Youngblood 1 sold a ton of copies.
Yes.
His first Image book sold a ton of copies.
Yes.
How many did issue 4 sell? There, but I don't think it wasn't very many.
It died.
You don't
quick.
see a lot of issue 4s floating around.
No.
Every comic collection I've ever looked at had a copy of Youngblood 1 in it.
Oh, yes. Or they had the Walmart 4-packs.
Yep.
And all 4 of them are in there.
Yep. So.
It's sad, but...
he's a character for sure.
The Goof says, Joe was talking about doing a comic book, but I hope they spend the effort on community building outreach instead of a comic book. 100% agree with that, Goof, but I think he has already gotten past that. I think he said that they decided not to do a comic.
I was excited for that when they first talked about it.
I don't know. I got enough comics to read.
You know what? If you were to, say now, you were to you were to get your preview. We don't get previews anymore, I guess. But
no.
you got your solicit for a Top Cow Witchblade comic that features that highlighted to you that it features Overpower in it, so it's going to feature the time traveler. It's going to feature their proprietary character pops up in a Witchblade book. That's going to go to every comic shop in the country. That's going to go to all 2,500 comic shops, or however many there are left. What level of interest? How many copies would you order of that book, and what level of interest do you think that would drive?
I would probably order 10 more copies than I normally would.
That was probably the exact number I had in mind.
Yeah.
And I think I ordered 1 or 2 copies of Witchblade, maybe of that a month if we're there.
Yeah. But I also might order more if guys on Facebook say, "Hey,
get me another one." Of
can
course.
you get it?"
Yeah.
And we'd put it on the website. So maybe we'd do more, but I would say probably 10.
But the average store in Denver, Colorado, how many copies? How many is it going to boost their?
I wouldn't think so.
Sales? No.
He wouldn't know what it is.
Wouldn't know what it is. So.
And he wouldn't know who to
points
market
out a
it to.
problem, right?
It's like nobody's ever asked me for that game.
Yep.
Or that one kid asked me for that game, and I told him I wasn't going to carry it, and he never came back.
Yep.
But it would be fun.
Yeah.
I think where they're lacking is marketing.
Yeah. And I don't think it's easy either.
Oh no.
I think it's hard.
Yes.
And I think it's the challenging part of this whole thing, right?
Yep.
So.
And how do you get those boys 14 to 28 to buy your game?
Yeah.
And there's so many games on the market already.
Oh yeah.
How do you keep from being overlooked? And there's a lot of good games that are being overlooked.
Yeah.
And Bandai just keeps putting out games after game, and I don't know if they're trying to take so much of the market share that these smaller games can't survive, which it seemed like what Marvel used to do in the 70s, put out so many books that DC couldn't compete because everyone spent all their money on the Marvel books, had nothing to buy DC with.
Yep.
But Bandai has so many games, and none of them are doing what One Piece does, but they all sell. Although the Dragon Ball game is probably on its last.
It feels like it's on its way out, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what your experience with Union Arena is. If you have, do you guys have a player base for Union Arena? So
yeah, we had 15 players here last Thursday.
Awesome.
Or Sunday? No, Saturday. Thursday we had like 6.
And I think they've got a couple of the newer IPs that are coming out for that. I think are going to be very exciting for people. So
yeah, Nikki sold like crazy.
Yeah,
and I guess they got one coming that's even worse than Nikki.
Was it Azure? Are they doing Azure Lane, or are they? Oh my gosh!
No, it wasn't Azure Lane, but as the title.
They're doing Neon Genesis Evangelion, which I've sold the game in the store, and we've done fine selling it, but I've never been able to get anybody to play. And that property has actually brought people in to say, hey, we want to actually sit down and play. So.
Well, that property was in what Spirit?
Battle Spirits.
Yes. And it sold that set like crazy.
Yep.
And Battle Spirits still died.
Well, there was another. Did Battle Spirits also have Gundam promos, or was that that was the Shadow? I think the Shadowverse Evolve game had a set that had Gundam promos in it.
Oh wow!
And that set sold because of the Gundam promos.
Right.
But now we have Gundam the game, obviously. So.
Looks like Howard's back.
Good.
He says, "I may be the only stupid person to collect overpowered print ads. Get me one of those Witchblade comics, Doug."
There you go.
Yeah, if they do it, Howard, we'll take care of you. And Joe says, "I have no idea how they would print otherwise." Okay, yeah. So they got to be on sheets. Yeah, it's what I couldn't figure out how they could do it either.
I am massively. It was one of the things that I was very excited to be a part of, and I wanted to have the full set of them hanging up in the store.
Yeah.
Because the other sheets that I own, I can't really sell any cards with by hanging it up in my store, so it's not going to hang up in my store. So I have an uncut sheet from the Age of Empires.
Oh wow!
Trading card game. So if anybody, it had 2 sets. Was produced down in Cincinnati by U.S. Playing Card Company, and that's one of my very proud pieces of that I own in my collection. So, but I'm not going to hang that up in the store because everybody's just be like, "What the heck is this?" all the time.
Right.
And I've already answered enough stupid questions throughout the day.
I hear you. Joe says the sheet rumor is untrue, which I guess the sheet being that they're not printed on sheets anymore. So he said they toured Carta Mondays and they are still printed on sheets. Very good. I forgot, I paused it, and I'm posting comments 30 minutes after what I'm watching. That's okay, Joe. We appreciate it. Because we're kind of back on uncut sheets ourselves.
Yeah, it popped up with us again.
Yeah.
So.
John says, I can't give away Bandai games except One Piece anymore. That's interesting. I sell them all.
I mean, it doesn't like Union Arena. I get a box of starters and like 6 boxes of boosters, maybe. If it's a set if it's a property I've heard of, I'll order that. If it's not, it's 2 boxes of boosters,
yeah.
right? So.
Well, I was buying 96 boxes of Union Arena at first, and now I'm down to 48, 36, or 24,
so.
And it's everything with Bandai. I mean, and it's hit and miss.
I don't understand. Why is there product for it though? Like you can get Union Arena product, but we can't get the One Piece. The Gundam is much more difficult. Like this is the first time I've had starters for Gundam was Friday.
Did you get a nice allotment?
No, I got 1 box of each.
What?
So I've had 6 starters. So and they're like, we go to a Gamma like trade show. Actually, we were at Alliance Trade Show, and their whole thing that they were there was to tell you not to put fake people into your system, and they had people that were there because their organized play system is also the worst thing to schedule events in and to do things in, and so they had 2 people there that were training people how to do it, which is a great thing to do.
Sure.
But they're standing in front of us going, please stop cheating the system. It's not working. We're gonna kick people. You're not gonna get to keep your pre-releases and things like that by continuing to cheat the system. And we're like, and everybody's just looking at them like, okay, that's fine. Nobody thinks we're doing that. But why aren't you sending people into our store?
Yeah.
And why don't we have product to sell those people when they come into the store? That's the real problem. And they were totally kind of tone deaf to the whole situation with their games right now. So. Yeah,
and Dragon Ball Fusion World we still sell based on the set.
Yeah.
Like the manga set sold stupid well.
Yeah.
This last set has not sold good at all. We only bought 36 boxes, and Jessica checked the inventory today. We still have 23.
Yeah.
And that's been out for a little bit.
Yeah.
So everything is in flux. Magic's selling really good on this new set.
Yeah.
There's
still plenty of card game people. There's still plenty of money in the card game.
Yes, there is. The trick is, how do you get to those kids?
How do we
to
grab
buy
those
yours?
people? It was interesting. You said why we want to target 14 to 28-year-olds, and when you said that to me, I'm not sure. I think we want to target card players. I don't care about the age necessarily. I think 80% of the 14 to 28-year-olds that are buying One Piece now are just doing it because they think they can flip it like it's sneakers, and it's that kind of crowd that is into that whole thing. And that's when you said that, I was like, man, I don't know if that's who we want in this game, right? I think we want I think we want people who've been playing Magic for 30 years and are sick of that aren't interested anymore because they're now making Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sets. And I think that's the target audience that are looking. Those are the people that are playing Sorcery. Those are old Magic players who are like, Magic doesn't look like Magic anymore, doesn't feel like Magic anymore.
Agreed.
They're going and playing Sorcery. I think those are the kind of people that.
But Overpowered doesn't
really
look
target.
like Magic.
It does not either. Correct. Agreed.
And I can see why Sorcery is stealing some of those players,
right,
because it is a Magic knockoff.
Yes.
But I think you got to start getting them young, and then make them lifers.
But then again, contrary to that, I'm also thinking Invincible. That's their market, right? That's who's reading that book, is that age group, right? And that's who's on Amazon Prime watching that series.
Absolutely.
And so,
And that's why it's such a key to getting in these young players, and that's why I disagree so much about going to an older generation for the next set.
100%.
And we got to get these guys to the Marvel license.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all that matters.
Long-term plan is, it's got to be.
We got to get them there. Got to get in the door.
I got to
at
get my
Marvel.
Legion of Superheroes set eventually. So
We don't need DC. We need
Listen,
Marvel.
No, we need Legion of Superheroes.
Well,
I need a whole George Perez art set. Come on,
yes, that
let's
would
pay
be,
for the estate. Let's kick some cash to the estate.
Yeah,
boys.
that would be amazing, and I would heavily support that
Oh.
for sure. But
I would buy it all.
if you get the Marvel license, DC will quickly come on board.
100%.
They can't be outdone by Marvel.
Right.
Getting a DC license will not bring in Marvel,
Correct.
because
100%.
Marvel couldn't care less what DC does.
Yep.
But DC definitely cares what Marvel
Did you see
does.
we're getting DC Legendary?
No.
Yeah. I
Does
saw
that game still in the market?
It's still on the market. Still making sets for it.
Wow.
I never thought that would happen, and
no.
it's supposed. I saw a solicit for it today.
Okay. I haven't. I can't even tell you the last time I bought DC Legendary. I know it was probably 2017 or 2018. Or I mean Legendary, not DC, but anything. All right, Michael, you're out this time, huh? Okay.
Oh man.
Did
it's
you
9
really
o'clock.
have
We've
an
done
earthquake?
2 hours. Like
Dude, I hope everything's okay.
Ooh.
Wow.
5.1. That's not small either.
Yeah. Well, let us know.
Yeah, safe to everybody that might be impacted by that for sure.
Yep. And okay, Howard just asked Joe a great question. I hope Joe's still there. Is the ultra rare uncut sheet the same as the one that was cut up for the cards, for the packs rather?
That's
then
not
John,
the impression that I got.
yeah, same. John says my customer base is mostly 20 plus, just graduated college and have jobs.
Yep.
Yep. Mickey says they are definitely turning to sorcery for sure. Oh wait. Traveling Goof says he's 100% right. That's one reason why I'm in Overpower. Magic got too crazy. The crossovers work perfectly in a game like Overpower, but it's weird for Magic. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I've had success in my store with people coming in and saying, "Man, I'm seeing Magic players just saying I'm not going to." I had 2 or 3 conversations a day with people. Guy was like, "I don't want Star Trek Magic," and I'm like, "Okay, well, what are you going to buy though?" I mean, so it's my job now to figure out what to sell them.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to myself, "Well, hey, the month that Star Trek's Magic goes out, come play Overpower with us. I'll show you something fun. We'll try this new game.
There you go.
We can show you this, right?" And
Yep.
So, but yeah, I think not. There are a lot of products in the market. The market is quite flooded right now, but I think there's also a lot of people who are looking for something that is affordable but collectible. And I think this game, you can play it very affordably.
Yep.
The high-end products of the high-end stuff is selling really well still and is collectible and is challenging to get. So I think they've done a good job with collation and things like that. So
Yeah.
I think there's value. Traveling Goof, I think, is the guy that's he's had a lot of problems pulling ultra rares, right? Is that, or no, that's
Sean
that's
Valentine,
Sean.
the
Poor
D&D
poor
guy.
Sean may not see the value in his boxes, but
Yeah.
if you buy a whole case and you get those 2 ultra rares, you're usually feeling pretty good
Yep.
about the value that you pulled, right? So
Jessica pulled 2 ultra rare foils out of one box
oh,
a couple weeks ago. It's like, are you serious?
I haven't seen that happen, but I've heard. Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah.
It's
I think Phil did it once too.
yeah.
But you know, if you open enough boxes,
It all evens out eventually.
yeah.
Yep. It's going
but
to,
it's
for sure.
just so much fun getting them foil stacks.
Yeah.
It would have been so amazing. And man, we're over 2 hours.
It hadn't felt like it, right?
No,
I'm
it
good.
has.
I don't
You
have
all
to be
right?
anywhere. So
The one thing
we're missing
I've-
national championship game, which nobody's mentioned. or anything. Nobody's
the
giving me a
Buckeyes,
score.
Buckeyes aren't in
I
it,
know
so
we're
who
not in it.
cares?
So.
Yeah. The one thing on the Kickstarter where I think they really failed was they didn't push us to get to the next level so that we could do more foil stacks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we didn't understand at that point how cool these foil stacks were going to be.
Yeah.
And if they would have pushed us a little bit on
Yeah,
that.
the Kickstarter was not. I know they brought somebody in, but it was not handled.
It was not.
It was not. I wish they brought somebody else in, or called
yes.
me and asked for a couple of more ideas.
Yeah.
Because it did not. I think it could have been much bigger than it was, and so, but.
Yeah, and if they would have just pushed us a little bit more,
Yeah.
we could have had foil stacks of every character, and the value would have been through the roof on those boxes.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's a learning experience.
Yeah.
And if they
100%.
decide to do a Kickstarter for Invincible, which now they have time, so they're not printing till.
I mean, technically you could, right?
Yeah,
Well, I
they're
mean,
not printing till August.
Yeah.
July. Let's do a quick Kickstarter and get it up there, and do all those foils that we all love so much.
Yeah.
But Joe did reply. He's still listening. All the sheets that have gone out so far are the ones they actually cut from. The ones that are being reprinted are, unfortunately, a reprint.
Well, you hear the wah. Where's the?
Yeah.
We just slipped on a banana peel. What's the classic? Yeah.
Joe, thanks for the honesty.
Yeah, we appreciate.
Above all,
I'm glad to see that. Yeah.
You didn't give us the answer we wanted, obviously, but you gave us an honest answer.
The honest answer is.
And that's what we appreciate.
Yeah. We get our prize packs full of
Yeah, we
trading
get those 2
cards.
extra prize packs. That'll make us feel so much better. Thank you. That'll make up for it. But you know what? There's still a chance that our ultra rare foil uncut sheets will sell for as much as Larry's do.
Well, I mean, and they may sell for more. They are now a unique item.
They
right?
may be
They're not
scarcer.
even the same thing. Yeah.
They may be scarcer
exactly right.
than the one that Larry got, and Larry may be overcharging for his. I do not believe that Larry is overcharging for his. If you listened early in the show,
Yes, we both
I
agree
really
that-
think it's a nice investment.
Yeah.
And
A very fair
in
price
the
for it.
long term, if Overpower is still around in producing new sets in 5 or 6 years, that ultra rare foil uncut sheet is going to be stupid money.
Yep.
So if you have $900 to invest, I think you can get it for $900 framed from Larry.
I think that's
It
about
was
right.
like $850 and $69 for the frame or something
You
like
gotta
that.
stop talking about it, though, because we need to call him now and say, "Hey, Larry, can you trade us one of those for one of ours, buddy? Can we do some wheeling and dealing?
Yeah.
Get
Hey,
those
Larry,
off the website, Larry."
Larry, mine are shorter supply than yours. You want to trade one of yours for one of mine? So Larry's been pretty tight. I've asked him twice, how many did you get, Larry? And he just ignores me. We'll talk, and he'll never answer that question. But it is hilarious. Howard says, Joe, will we know which ones in our package will be reprints and which ones are original? Dang, Howard!
I mean,
you're
Howard
such a
has
yes,
real skin in the
yes.
game too.
Right, because that's what he's waiting for. So he's got all the right questions. James says, Joe, are people who didn't get sheets still only get 5 sheets, or will they get the number of sheets that add up to the amount of the cards in the original sheets?
Oh man, Joe opened up a can of worms now. Maybe you shouldn't have answered that for us.
Joe just signed off.
Joe's on vacation for the next 3 to 7 months.
He's on holiday.
Until uncut sheet gate passes.
Oh, man. All right, Joe says the sizes will not be the same. The new sheets will be larger.
Interesting.
So we'll have maybe 3 more ultra rares on our sheet, making our sheet more valuable than Larry's.
I'm slicing it. I already got my cutter ready to go. I'm slicing one up and selling the ultra rares. So. No, I'm kidding, Joe. I'm not doing that.
Man, that would be almost impossible to do. And to get
No, I've heard that certain people did that with uncut sheets of power.
yes, the accidental inserts.
Yeah, accidental
Yes.
inserts. Yeah,
They were professionally cut.
Yeah, you just send them to the place that does the cutting, and they can do it. So.
I can't tell you on stream. We'll talk after. But just
I've heard rumors about that.
The Goose says, gone ahead, out for the night. Thanks for streaming, gents. That was a good discussion. Thanks for tuning in, Goof. Always good
thank
to
you.
have you on board. I think we're going to wrap it up here before I say something that gets me in trouble.
Tongues are wagging a little too much.
Yeah, having too much fun. But thanks for tuning in tonight,
Yes,
guys.
thank you, everybody.
We certainly
It was awesome.
appreciate it. And I will have Stefan on more regularly, I promise. And if I don't see you before then, we're going to see you all at the Nats, right?
Yep.
So you guys have a good week.